Well, hello there, you lovely people. I go by Hooligan, and this is the story of our next 1,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. Specifically, roughly around 2,000 to 3,050 days survived. And in that time, we built so much stuff, like this cathedral right here, and many, many other things. Nature empires, prisons. We started a zoo, and more and more and more. Oh, we had a blast, and we're not stopping here. We have the next 1,000 days we're already working on. But for those of you that like the long-form movie content, well, here you go. This is our 3,000 day movie. I hope you all enjoy, and, well, peace and love, fam. Well, hello there, you awesome people. Hooligan here, and oh yeah, we about to do some Minecraft. We're sitting at 2,051 days. Survived, absolutely. Yep. Haven't popped a totem. We're feeling good. We're feeling really, really good. Now, as far as what we want to kick off our next 1,000 days with, well, let me show you. Now, the order in which we do these things, it's going to be subject to change, because you know I don't plan crap. Now, our town of Hillcrest is right over that hill right there, and I've mentioned this area several times, and I've mentioned there's going to be something special in this area, this little valley right here. I love the mountainous terrain. It's so awesome. And what is going to go right here? I want this to be what I envision as a goblin, whatever, mad scientist factory area, a mountain factory area, tons and tons of crazy contraptions in it, maybe like some grounded airships, weird flying machines, super mad scientist industrialized. That is what I want to go in this little special area. And what else? And we're going to need to bring a road from our town there all the way up to right here. And this is going to be our nature kingdom. It's all going to have like druidic, elven vibes, things like that. Hobbit holes, just pillars of worship, all about nature. Yes. Oh, this is the major project of these 1,000 days. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to do it. It might be this episode. It might be on the last episode or throughout all the episodes. We'll find out. And as small little segments in between big projects, there's a bunch of areas we want to clean up and finish. Like right here, this whole area right here is kind of only semi-done. Let me show you. The quarry needs to be finished. We need a building to go right here. We need something to go over there because that's just too blank and ugly, even if it's just a forest. And then our citadel. The citadel's done. It's complete. But the outside, well, at least on this side, needs some serious decoration. We're thinking maybe a stable, some farmland, who knows what else. But that's definitely on the list too. I think you're probably getting the point about that, so let's move on. And the last major project that we want to work on in these 1,000 days, when we want to bring this river all the way through here with a winding mountainside path that's going to have bridges crossing over and back and forth over to right here. Now, right there is our key farm for our trial chambers. However, I think right up here, this whole area right here with some terraforming could be perfect, and I mean perfect, for our massive zoo. Oh yes, we're going to have very detailed habitats. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be big. How did this dude get here? There's no portals around here. Oh, thunderstorm. Yeah. Meh. I should probably go sleep real quick. Stupid phantom birdies are after me. Alright, now with all that being said, there is one more thing that we simply have to do before we get this started. And that is finish blowing up our nether hub hole. So we got a nice big open area to fly through. And then we can start constructing a cool little building around it. Now, you might be wondering, you just showed me all kinds of stuff on the overworld, dude. Why are you in the nether? Like, why is this important right now? Well, I'll tell you. One, we're going to need to connect roads to various areas to bring mobs back for the zoo and so on and so forth. And I just kind of want to blow up this hole. But more importantly, we have all our recording mods updated to update to 1.21.5. Now, here's the thing. I'm excited to do it. There's a few new blocks I'd like to play around with, but here's the downside. And that downside is our absolutely wonderful XP gold farm. Once we update, it will stop working. It will still give us gold nuggets. It will not give us gold bars or XP anymore. Now, here's the question. I want to ask you guys this. I want as many people as possible to respond in the comments with what they think. One, this has been in the game for probably 5+ years. I don't know exactly, but I know it's been around for at least 5 years, being able to make this type of farm. Now, there is a a mod pack that will disable that update of the update. It won't change the aggro of the piglins. And honestly, I don't know if it's considered cheating if I do that or not. I mean, it's been in the game so long, and I don't understand why they're changing it to begin with. I mean, this is already an in-game farm. Once you don't build this till you have an elytra, and the only reason you would build it is not really even for the gold. It's so you could repair all your tools quickly. I don't know why they're changing it now. So tell me, is it cheating if I disable that change that they're putting out in the newest update? I just want to know. What's your opinion? Either way, we're probably going to AFK this thing for a little bit, get as much gold as we can, just in case we don't disable that, because we're going to need to update. So, yeah. All in all, that's my favorite farm, though. Like, absolute that I've ever built. And I really don't want to lose it. Huh. Anyways, let's get to blowing this up. We have one thing we have to go do before we do that. We have plenty of TNT, plenty of levers, plenty of trapdoors. We have no obsidian. So we need to go get some obsidian. And our quickest and easiest way to get that obsidian is probably just to go to our stronghold portal and just get it from the end. Yeah, and we need to start pathing out our hub anyways. So let's do that. I think about 2 stacks will do us. Alright, well, 1.5 stacks will do. Eventually, I'm going to have to destroy this entire end island with the pillars. Yeah, I transformed the end island last season, and I'm going even crazier with it in this one. That's for a long time from now, though. I'm not ready to melt my brain yet. Let's go blow up the nether roof. Okay, now that idiot's done droning on, let's get to making this hole. Now, I'm kind of ashamed to even say this, but do you dudes want to see over 10 hours of work in 1 minute? Yeah, I'm not even joking. Not even joking. Yeah, here you go. Okay, now, so we might have burned up 50 days, over 3,000 TNT, 10 hours of blowing this up, another 5 hours of AFK and creeper farms, and gathering sand. Was it worth it? Let's find out. Oh yeah, that's gonna be worth it. Why? Because as we go towards 10,000 days or 20,000 days, who knows how long we're actually going to survive, we're going to be using this hole right here many, many hundreds of times. Yes, we are. The good news is we've been in the nether the whole time, well, for the most part, so we didn't burn up double our days having to sleep. We've already invested way too much time into this. But I'm already here and might as well make it look somewhat cool, kind of get our idea started. Yeah, you know I'm going to do that. So we start freestyling a design, and we wanted to use really, really bright blocks. Why? Because when you're on the nether roof and you're flying, it is very, very easy to just completely lose track of where you are and just end up in a cloudy void and then smack your face on the ground. So I wanted bright colors that I could track. Alright, so we got our nether hub just kind of planned out and started. But before we commit too much to this, I want to know, if I delete this and move it over and center it on this little, what will be a tower at some point, will it mess up our portal? I kind of need to know that before I can go any further. Okay, now, are we in the clear? Cool, cool. And still very cool. Alright, this is going to work. Now, we're ready to take a break from the nether. Yeah, we've been here a long time, but we still need to get this hub somewhat set up. We want to get our base design done. We want to get some of the roads partially started, just so we can kind of see what we're dealing with. Now, these roads, they're not going to have much detail right now. I'm just slapping them down with a normal tough brick. We'll come in and fix that later. Now, it's worth noting here that we're missing several of the blocks that we want to use throughout this build. Main ones being deep slate, which we are tapped out on, and dark prismarine, which we are tapped out on. Yeah, so we're going to need to solve that really soon. And we have several farms we want to go up here. I think we have 3 in our brain at the moment. To the east will most likely be a hoglin farm. To the south will most likely be a ghast farm. And there's a few more that are going to go in here too. But right now, our hub is set up and it's starting to look pretty cool. And I have to put a compass. Yeah, I have to make a compass design. I had no choice. Well, our nether hub's looking pretty cool. We're missing a ton of blocks for decoration, though. Yeah, I'm going to solve that really soon. But what do we have? As far as I know, everything is spawn-proofed in this area. The mobs might be able to spawn on top of these frog lights. I'm not really sure. But these are actually going to be encased in anyways, but I'm lacking the materials to do it. As far as these different directions, to the south is our swamp outpost, and who knows what else we might branch off and make portals to, because, well, I didn't really pay attention to too much whenever I was out that way. To the east, we have plans for a farm, and this is also going to lead to an ocean kingdom. Yeah, that's right, an ocean kingdom. Yeah, that's going to happen. To the north, we have our XP Gold Farm, which, you know what? I think, at least for right now, I'm going to keep it. I don't care if the update wants to disable it or not. I'm proud of it, and I'm going to keep it. Anyways, this also, very far north, leads to our Mushroom Island with tons and tons of ice biomes around it. And just right over there is where our Druidic Empire is going to be, so we'll branch over a portal that way too. And the west leads to our stronghold, and I have no idea what's past the stronghold. So we'll probably be exploring that at some point. Yeah, that's for sure. I gotta imagine there's something cool over there. And then one of these directions, I don't know which one, we'll be flying around in the nether at some point looking for a good fortress to make a wither skeleton farm out of. But I gotta think, with this much real estate and whatnot, we'll be able to find a place to make a very good wither skeleton farm with very little mob proofing. That's the plan anyways, and that's not for right now, but I just wanted to say it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the design. Yeah, there's way too much green. I love this green, and I love this green too, just not this much of it. So we're going to need to get ourselves some blocks. But for right now, it'll work. And the granite for the rail tracks, I was originally going to delete it. Yeah, but I think I kind of like it, actually. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave it. Yeah, we'll be back here in a little bit when we go searching for the new blocks once we update. Right now, I want to go back to the overworld and get myself some sunshine. Oh my gosh, after almost 70 days in the nether, this feels good. Oh yeah, a villager hole. I should do something with these guys. Hey dudes, what do you guys want to be? You think about it, I'll be back. Now, I'm betting like 99% of you are like, dude, what is this random chaotic idiot episode? Like, it's all over the place. Yeah, that's because it is. But I like to pretend, or at least to imagine, that there's one person out there that's just like vibing hard with it. Like, yes, this is exactly what I would do. So let's continue the chaos. Now, I meant everything I said about the things we want to do in these next 1,000 days, even though we just burned up almost 100 days. But it's necessary. It is necessary. Why? Because we have some things to do before we can do any of those things. All these blocks here cause problems for us. These two here, well, I can only get those by mining. More specifically, blowing up stuff, because I don't want to mine this by hand. This one right here, easily solved, even though we go through a lot of it. Got plenty of villagers. This one right here, also easily solved. These two right here are less easily solved. This one particularly. Now, I have plenty of ink over there, like infinite. I don't have any of the prismarine, though. Now, I could go and try to get this from an ocean monument again, which I've already fought like 3. I don't really want to do that. I kind of just want to build a farm for it. Same thing for this one. Now, where these 2 farms are going to go, we know this one. This one right here, it might be better on the nether roof because it'd be pretty ugly to make this farm out in the open. And these things can grow very tall. So we get on our resource grind, and of course, first up is brick. We'd start trading our pumpkins and melons to our farmers. That's mostly just for golden carrots, honestly. Our mass emerald production is actually from our infinite iron and our infinite ink. We have forever of it, and I mean that literally. So we trade up as much brick as we possibly can with the time we have allotted. And well, it's not going to be enough. It never is. I go through so much brick. It's a wonderful, wonderful block. At one point in time, I didn't like the block, though. I'm just being for real. But I guess with the addition of some other colors I can blend with, it really is a beautiful block now. And we also want to get up some redstone from our clerics. We're going to need that for some farms we have coming up. Oh, we're excited to build those. Yes, we are. All right, that's one down. This is going to take a while, Snowflake. Now for this one. Yep, might as well get it from our mushroom island. And pat this out anyways. We'll do it super quick, though. Alright, let's get ourselves some supplies. And some leather while we're here, too. Sorry, buds. We take a nice peaceful moment just collecting up a whole bunch of mushroom. It was actually quite relaxing. I enjoyed it. Alright, that should do. Before we leave, though, I'm going to get some regular ice, as much as I can possibly carry. We're going to need it for making rivers really easy, and as well as for a few farms. We just want the regular ice, though. Alright, this should all be regular ice. And all of these polar bears have babies, so I should be careful with that. Alright, that'll do. We pretty much filled up our entire inventory. Let's get out of here. Don't you look at me like that, dude. I will kick you right in the ice hole. Another one down, but now it's time to move on to the more annoying ones. Let's do it. Heading over to our citadel, or more specifically, the mining area underneath our citadel, we actually decided just to go ahead and actually manually mine this deep slate and this tuff. We were originally going to blow it up, but that would have took way too long AFK in the creeper farm. And, well, I need diamonds and I need redstone anyways. I need diamonds for future museum projects, and I need redstone for all redstone-y things. Yeah, so that's what we ended up doing. We actually ended up coming out pretty good with it. We ended up coming back with a shulker of each of our blocks we're needing, so that's pretty cool. That'll do. Our resource game is looking good. Oh, we only have a couple more things we really need to get. We're happy, we're cheery, we are excited. And then tragedy strikes. It's a sad moment, everybody. Our house chicken Dave has disappeared. I don't know where he possibly could have went. I don't think he can get back down these stairs, or these ladders. Yeah. Huh. Are you Dave? You are not. What about you? Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened, but we have Dave Jr. now. He's our new house chicken. I got used to having a house chicken, so I decided just to put another one up here. Also, something really weird was going on. Until I completely logged out and closed Minecraft, all that. I was throwing eggs at, well, anything, and they just disappeared. Yeah, it was not cool. It kind of made me worried about my world. But it is what it is. Because if eggs can disappear, what else can? Alright, we can knock these two off the list too. Now time for the pain in the butt ones. Well, maybe our friend Dave will show back up, but I think he like straight up glitched out or something. I don't know. Well, we're whipping through the resource grind pretty quick, and admittedly, we have very much overcommitted in this episode. So, ain't no stopping now. Let's super overcommit. Yeah, you heard me. It's going to be a crazy one. This block here, at very least, we need a few stacks of it. And we can't set up the farm we want to build until we get some more sponges anyways. And we can't do that farm until we have a buttload of sand. So we're going to go up to our desert. We're going to get a whole bunch of sand with every shulker I have available. And we're going to look for an ocean monument around that area. Hopefully, we get enough to get this episode done, because I don't really want to dig out an entire ocean and drain it in this episode. But if I have to, I will. I don't care. Well, let's go do stuff. Yep, let's get this grind on. For once in our entire series, we are mining sand not for TNT. I mean, it'll probably be turned into TNT later, but right now it's for something else. Well, 5.5 boxes of sand and a broken shovel. That probably won't do, but it'll get us started. I probably need to make up some duplicate netherite tools here soon. Yeah, enough of this. Let's go do a little bit of fighting. Get that part done. So we found ourselves another ocean monument, and I have never seen terrain spawn this high up on the monument. Yeah. It's not really where we wanted to put our farm, but it might be worth it because I think I could do this really quick. Either way, we're still going to need sponges, so let's drop in and see what it has. So we get to popping potions and slapping on our chest plate. That's how I like to do it. I just like to slap on the chest plate and drop right in. Now, I've done 3 other ocean monuments, so I'm not going to bore everybody with the details of every little thing I do. We poke a bunch of fishies. Yep, and then what do? We poke some more fishies. Not once in this entire monument was there ever a real threat. You keep moving, you keep just breaking sight lines, you're fine. You can just literally swim in circles and they can't do anything, really. Anyways, we start gathering up the dark prismarine, and we actually get stupidly lucky. We get 1 sponge room right here. Yes, we do. What? And then we get another sponge room. Well, we don't stop there, though. No. What do we get? A 3rd sponge room. Oh, so freaking good. Oh, yes. Best monument ever. Best monument ever. All right, now, this is the most successful ocean monument I have ever done, and we didn't even collect everything. There's still some dark prismarine and some gold and some other stuff in this thing, and I'm gonna stop right there. I'll tell you why in just a second. Yeah, I need to get out of here. I'm not dealing with you, bud. I'll be back. Now, all right, if we want to make a farm, all we have to do is bring this monument down to there. That is not that much glass to enclose it, and not that much sand to grid it out, and we now have over 4 stacks of sponges. I think we can make this happen. It wasn't planned, but I think we can make this happen. Yeah, we're doing it. Let's go get stuffs. Maybe I'm just kidding myself, because this was the original one we were going to do, and it doesn't seem that deep, and the terrain's pretty high, too. Huh. Whatever. We're still doing that other one. And super preparation montage, go. We start gathering up a bunch of coal because we're going to need it dried, a whole bunch of sponges. We start trading all our ink for glass. Yeah, we're going to need quite a bit of glass. We're probably not going to enclose the entire thing in glass because we don't really care that much. We're going to get some stone and fill in the gaps with that. And, well, that's what we do. And we're going to need night vision potions, water breathing potions, invisibility potions. And we make a lot of potions. And let me tell you, we end up tapping out almost all of them. And we're going to need ourselves a fishing rod. We specifically do not want luck of the sea on this. No, because we don't really care about the treasure. We want pufferfish. Lots of pufferfish. We're going to need them to make all the rest of those potions. Because, well, I don't want to be drowning, and I don't have to worry about making air holes and whatnot, so that's what we're doing. Well, we have pretty much everything ready, and honestly, my brain's telling me, dude, don't do this. It's not worth it right now. And I'm like, shut up, brain. I'm going to do what I want to do. Anyways, we have, so many potions. Yes, 21 of each, actually. We have lots of glass. We have lots of sponges and stuff to dry out those sponges. We got all kinds of sand. We got some stone. And, well, we're pretty much ready to go. But we have one thing we have to do really quick. Yeah, we just have to. We are here today to just remember David Bartholomew III. He was an amazing chicken. And from the very first time I saw him up in my attic, just pooping eggs everywhere, I knew we were going to be best friends. I knew it. I don't know where you've gone, Dave. I don't know. Wherever you are, I hope you're living large. I really do. And I want you to know not one time that I ever think about making hot wings out of you. Even though it would have been delicious. Some butter and hot sauce and a little paprika and some garlic powder and some onion powder. Yeah, it would have been really tasty. But I never once thought about it. And you're going to live on through Lil Nug, okay? He's going to carry on your tradition. Just, probably just, pooping eggs all over my attic. That's pretty much what you did. But he's going to carry it on. We'll miss you, man. We'll miss you. You be real with me, Snowflake. Did you eat Dave? Don't you lie to me. Did you eat Dave? If I find out otherwise, we going to have a problem. All right, well, let's go absolutely insane making a guardian farm. Yeah, this is a bad idea. So we decided to do the original monument we were going to do in the first place. It's actually, it might be better than the other one we were going to do. Yeah, either way, let's get this terrible idea started. Now, what kind of dummy takes on this many semi-mega projects in one episode? Answer this guy. I don't really regret it, though. I don't really regret it. This has been a really, really fun just journey. It really has. It's been an awesome little time. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And for some reason, I just said, you know what? This is the episode. Let's just get it done. And we decided we were going to use redstone to path out our grid with our sand and our gravel. Let me tell you, if you end up draining an ocean monument, please do this. Yes, like seriously, it saves so much time. Although it can get kind of laggy. At one point, I thought I was duping sand because it got glitchy and I had to restart everything. But anyways, we start getting this thing gridded out. That way we can drain it and then demolish the monument. And let me apologize in advance for the prismarine sparkly color transitions. They suck and I can't do anything about it. All right, our grid is ready. Besides that little corner over there, I was just a couple stacks shy. That's a little unfortunate, but whatever. We'll recycle these and put them over there in just a minute. Let's get this thing drained. Our fishy farm is a crankin'. That's 5 more resources off the list. Cod, dark prismarine brick, sea lanterns. Oh yes, this is gonna come in really handy. What do we do now? This is the 3rd ocean monument I've drained. The first one I ever did, actually the first video I ever made for YouTube, was me draining an ocean monument and making a Atlantis-style excavated city out of it. It came out pretty cool. It was the first video I ever made though, so it was a little, it was a learning process. Last season we built a Greek empire on top of this farm. What do we do with this one? We're not doing it this episode, but we're going to turn this into something. I don't know what yet though. I don't know what. And it is already doing really good. But what do we do for the rest of this episode? Because this also wasn't the build of the episode. Nope. This, the Nether hub, not the build. We still got that to do. But we're still not done just with the chaos. No, we're not. We need to link a portal here back to our hub. We need to get our farm set up for our Nether woods. And I need to get some new blocks from the new update, which we'll be updating that in just a minute. And then we need to get to our build. So let's continue this stupid journey. Drop off all these shulkers and get ourselves some obsidian so we can link up our farm to the hub. We'll grab some of our ink so we can bring some dark prismarine back with us too. Oh, that's beautiful. We'll have so much so soon. Let's build this portal and link it up. Let's fire it up and get these cords. And we'll link it to our east hub. Yeah. We've been linking a lot of portals, so I'm pretty confident this is going to take us where we want to go. Yep. And yep. Cool. Well, so far this has been one wacky, chaotic episode. I honestly didn't expect to do this or the Guardian Farm in this one. But I did, and I'm glad I did. One, because the Guardian Farm went way quicker than I thought it was going to. Using redstone in that, definitely the play. This hub here, I didn't know why I decided to do it in this one, but we have used it many times since we built it. And now we are officially in 1.21.5, which means we need some new blocks, and we have to go a fair distance to get those blocks because we've explored a fair amount of the world. Now, this south hub right here goes all the way down to our swamp, and there should be plenty of new blocks out that way, so let's do that. I'm pretty sure the only blocks we really need are the bushes and the firefly bushes, because I can make more of those whenever I get those too, with bone meal. Nah, our swamp outpost. I'm actually pretty excited to do something with this. Just don't know what yet. Anyways, we have went to the west when we were coming back from getting our kitties. We have not went to the east. Hopefully we can find some of the things we're looking for. Also, don't know if I need to silk touch them or use shears, but we'll find that out. Ooh, birch. We can get the new wildflowers in here, I believe. This actually might be too close to our swamp. This might have already been loaded. We might have to go a little farther. Oh, I'm seeing fallen logs. This is new stuff. Also, is all the leaf litter the same? Like, is there different leaves for, like, spruce? I'm thinking it might just be the same. We'll get some. I like the addition of it. I don't like how much there is, though. It's a little overkill. Can you put these leaves on the sides of stuff? That would be awesome. You cannot. That would be really cool, though. That'd be good texture. Let's keep looking. I mean, hay bales. I'm gonna steal those. Ooh, there's an outpost. I wasn't looking for an outpost, but maybe a trim? Ooh, it does have the trim. Oh, okay, this is a good journey already. Oh, those are wildflowers. Yep. Do I need anything to break them? Cool. Alright, well, we're still after 2 more blocks. I don't really want to go any farther east. Let's go north and then loop back around to our swamp. Oh, what's that? Okay, these are the fireflies. Let's just try to break it. Oh, okay. Apparently you don't need silk touch for anything anymore. Now there's only one more renewable block we're looking for, and that's the regular bush, I think. I don't even know what it looks like. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. Wait, what? Well, one you actually do need silk touch for. These are going to go really cool in like little overgrown patches and fields. Besides the dry grass, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go across this little, whatever this is, ocean here. See if there's any desert. If I don't see nothing, I'm going back home. Nope, nothing that even remotely looks like a desert. Let's head back. These nether roads were worth every bit of the time. Absolutely. Alright, experiment time. Leaves with bone meal. No. Wildflowers. Yes. Firefly bush. Also yes. Regular bush, which honestly I thought was going to be way bushier. Yes again. Okay. Well, this one's not renewable, but I'm pretty sure you can just like smelt any leaf, which I have a ton of oak leaves that I will never use to get as much of this as I want. But these 3 here are 3 more resources. And of course, we're just going to add this to our collection. Wonder how many more we need. I can't remember how many trims there are. Another big resource checked off the list. And last up is the warped wood. We were going to build a farm for that in this episode. I don't think we're going to, though. We already have over 150 days invested in this one, and I still have a build I want to do. So I think we are going to go and just gather up 4 or 5 stacks from the Nether, and we'll build this farm later. I think that's the play. Because I still have to gather up normal wood, too. And I'm running out of time. There's a method to my madness. I didn't just build this for no reason. I knew I was going to be using it a whole bunch in this episode. I mean, do you guys believe that? Okay. We get the chop in, and well, warpwood has become one of my favorite blocks to use sparingly in certain builds. Not so much the crimson, though. A little over 6 stacks will keep us going for a bit. Let's go get the final project of this episode going. Our resource grind's pretty much done. I still need to snatch up this dark oak right here, because it's one of the two other woods that we're low on. And the other one being spruce. But we don't need to farm that, because we're going to be getting that where we're doing our build. So I'm going to grab this real quick, and let's go get to building something really cool. And with all the projects we have on our list, I want to start with this little mountain factory mad scientist idea. I'm really excited to do it. I'm really excited to do it. So let's do it. All right, so here's the plan. You guys know me by now, and if you're new, well, you're about to learn. I freestyle everything, and, well, this is no exception. We have a rough idea of what we want to do. We want a big U-shaped building right here. Super, super industrial vibes, big smokestacks, pipes coming out of it, all kinds of crazy whatnot. We're not hiding too much of our redstone ideas. And speaking of redstone, we want to put multiple farms in this building. We want it to be, well, like a mad scientist laboratory. Just auto crafters and floor shifters and all kinds of crazy whatnot. I'm going to have to clear a big part of, well, all this out, honestly. And I also should be careful of two things. One, this is a grove, which means powdered snow. Powdered snow? Not too dangerous. It's not going to kill me. But you can fall right through powdered snow into a huge cavern, which can kill me. Also, lots of open caves that I'm going to have to close up. Because I don't want a creeper, sneaking up and giving me a hug. I'm not about that. Well, enough talking. Let's get to this. From over here, it's starting to look pretty cool. Admittedly, it kind of resembles more like a mountain lodge than a factory, at least for right now. At least for right now. But let's go take a look. Now, we're not done with this, but it is coming along. This pipe here, I originally have it twisting and going over there. I didn't like that. It was kind of dumb, so I changed that. Now, we're still going to need a whole lot of detail throughout this whole thing, but this little catwalk entrance area with these vats, I like it. I think it needs something. It looks a little funky right now, but I like the general idea of it. As we come in here, we're starting to put an interior together and build a bunch of farms. Over on this side here, we have a couple floor shifters. One for Crimson, one for Warped. This will give us just like pretty much infinite fungus, as well as the other nether plants. They'll mostly be just turned into bone meal though. We got a double cactus farm for all our cactusy needs. I actually might run a pipe from here over into this farm for decoration. Stone and cobblestone generator. Same thing for basalt. And once again, need a whole lot more decorations, but not right now. And up here, this right here will probably be the crown jewel of the factory. This is a self-sustaining moss farm, and it's awesome. Works very, very well. Now, that being said, not my design. I found a tutorial from Basic Redstone. I will be linking their video in the description. Highly recommend you build this. It's awesome. And across the catwalk from our moss farm, over in this area, is nothing. That's right. This whole area here and over here is going to be dedicated to auto crafters. We know we're going to be having a dispenser auto crafter, plus several others. We don't really know yet. But we're kind of out of time. We're kind of out of time for right now. We'll be walling off this section here and isolate it from these floor shifters, because I want this entrance area for our main entrance to be like the super experiment area. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, and it's not for right now. And this little area up here, where all these shulkers are, we want to make this like a docking area for an airship, and we're going to have a docked airship in the dock for it. Yeah. I think that'd be pretty cool. And of course, we still have tons to do down here with a path going over into that mountain and through it. And I'm going to bring up another mountain right over there to section this whole thing off. But with over 200 days spent on this episode, the chaos is finally coming to an end. Yeah, we're done with this one. That's right. We've done way too much and we're tired. But we're jumping right back into the next one. Absolutely. We're probably going to intro out finishing this little area with the next episode. And we are so stupidly geared to get our build game on for all the projects we want to do. Mostly because of all the work we put into this episode. Oh, was it worth it? It was freaking worth it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. That's all I got in me for this one. And, well, peace and love, fam. And I truly hope you have an amazing day. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace, dudes. Well, hello there, you awesome peoples. I go by Hooligan, and you know we about to do some Minecraft. And the last episode, we went absolutely crazy, blowing up a huge portion of the nether roof to, well, make a nether hub out of it. Why? Because we have a whole lot of places that we want to get to, and a lot of them are pretty far away. We also drained this ocean monument so we could get all these fishy's goodies. Oh, we are set up on all our prismarine needs. And, well, following that trend, we built a factory. And it still needs some work done on it, but it houses several farms, and we have several more to put in it. And, well, not all of it was sunshine and builds. We had some sad moments as well. We lost our house chicken, Dave. Oh, he was a very, very good house chicken. And we will miss him forever. Forever and ever. This one's for you, Dave. This one's for you. Well, what is up, my dudes? Oh my gosh, are we excited for this episode? There's a fox up there. I'm gonna get that guy. Not right now, but I will. Anyways, in the last episode, we did so much stuff, and it has got our resource game right. There's only a few things we need to get, and I probably don't even need to show getting it, honestly. We're going to be doing a whole lot of building in this episode, and of course, there'll probably be an adventure at some point, too. Before we get started, though, let me show you another thing that happened on stream. Now, it had been a while since we fired up a stream, and I had so much fun, I wouldn't be surprised if more than one stream happens before this episode comes out. Anyways, the only reason we were doing this stream is because we were looking for our last collectible from Trial Chambers. Oh, we have every single one except one single disc. That's right. And, well, we found it. That might be it. That might be the collectible we're after. I want to say that's it. All right, should be all caught up. Well, now that we have all the collectibles from the Trial Chambers, and we have all the collectibles from Cold Ocean Ruins, it's time to start putting our museum together, so we can add pieces in as we go. So let's finish terraforming and building this area right here, so we can do that. Now, we have a big, beautiful project to get to working on, and we are so excited to do it. But just like that nerd said a minute ago, we want to finish up this area as much as we can. And one of the things we want to do is we want to build a road system back to our main town, and we want to build a tunnel. Now, as far as what else we want to do is we want to make a raised elevation for a museum. But we'll get to that in just a second. As far as this tunnel and this road goes, we're only going to do it so far right now, just so we have a canvas laid out for what we want to do later, because I will forget 100%. I will forget. My brain is very, very all over the place. And most people who've been watching me know that by now. Anyways, this tunnel comes out pretty cool, and I'm just freestyle winging everything, just cluttering it up, putting some roots and some hanging dirt, and I think it came out pretty cool. And it really adds a little bit of life to the area. Now, as far as the rest of this is where we're going to put our museum, and we want to put a little lake here. You'll see that in just a second. So we get to clearing out the trees and kind of getting a rough idea of how big or the shape of how we want this to be. Now, we ended up deciding we don't want it to be as big as we originally thought, so we readjust. No big deal. That's just what you do, especially when you're doing some heavy terraforming. And this is kind of light terraforming, though. And we want a little lake with a little stream coming down, and that stream is going to go all the way across over into a deep valley to the left. And we want that to actually end up running off the side of the mountain on the other side there. I think it's going to come out pretty cool, but we'll see when it's done. All right, well, we kind of got our idea somewhat set up. It's really blank right now. The reason I didn't finish this right here is we don't know how big this museum is going to need to be. I'm going to have to just kind of plot out different museum sections for different collectibles. It might run off over here, so we're going to leave that alone until we figure out how much space we actually need. And as far as the details, there's pretty much none at this point in time. We'll be adding those in a minute, but like I said, I want to get this planned out first because who knows what I'm going to have to adjust. And this river right here, it's eventually going to go at the side of that mountain and just flow down into the ocean, because right over there, past that, that's just ocean. Over here, I don't know what I want to go right there, but something is going to go right there. There's our tunnel, and right here, I honestly might just replant this with spruce or something like that. I don't know if I really want any buildings over here. But right now, I'm going to get this museum set up. That way we get to finishing this up and move on. So let's do that. Let the chaos begin as we start whipping together all these exhibits, or future exhibits, I should say. Now, we kind of know everything we want to go in here for the most part, and we're giving ourselves room for triple walls throughout the entire thing. That way, it should make it a lot easier to blend everything together later. Yes, I know it looks absolutely ridiculous right now, but we get our first two exhibits in, and it makes us absolutely so happy. Alright, well, right now we got quite the mess, but our little test run here kind of just gave us an idea of how we're going to make this work. And, well, it's going to work. It's going to work. Let me show you what I'm planning. Our first completed exhibit is the Cold Ocean Ruins. And, well, we're going to have to figure out a way to section off these areas. I mean, we already got them sectioned off, but to actually blend them together with neutral blocks. We'll figure that out. I'm very confident I can make it work. And our second fully completed exhibit is the Trial Chambers. We got all the pots with the sherds in little item frames. We have both the armor trims, as well as a couple paintings. I chose spiders because I'm often fighting spiders in them, and pots because of the pots. I think there's even a sherd in the pots. Anyways, and of course we have all three music discs, the mace, an extra heavy core, and the keys. I think it came out pretty cool. Yeah. Now, as far as all these other exhibits, right here in the center, that's going to be the dragon egg with a mob head in each corner. I think that works out perfect. Now, as far as the flooring for this area, the dragon egg area, and what this will be the just random armor trim area, and over here, the music disc area, that's all going to be like a deep slate comboed with something else. I'm not exactly sure yet. Maybe deep slate and granite, something like that. And as far as these other 3 rooms here, Warm Ocean is, well, obviously going to be modeled after a Warm Ocean ruin. This one here, desert, yes, desert temples and the desert wells. This should be enough space for this, I believe. And this one here is almost going to be rivaling the size of the trial chamber. This will be the trial ruin. There's quite a bit in the trial ruin. I can't remember exactly how many templates. I think there actually might be like 4. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be another pretty large one. Now, in last season, we completed an entire museum. However, it was on a much smaller scale and much more compact. This one's a little bit bigger, and it's going to be much, much grander. So what I want to do is I want to finish all these rooms and put placeholders for all the objects and whatnot that are going to go in them. And then we're going to build this monstrosity. It's actually going to be pretty cool. Think grand cathedral mixed with a castle-esque type European museum. That's what I'm going for. Is it going to work? I don't know. Let's find out. Now, here's what I can promise you. This is going to be one of the dumbest looking time lapses you've ever seen in your life. But here's the thing. At some point, here really soon, it's just going to explode into awesomeness. Don't believe me? Watch and find out. For the last little bit of footage for this little build session here, well, we had some technical issues, so I had to stick with this weird far away angle. It was kind of annoying, but it's not like I can go back and redo it, so it is what it is. Anyways, we're just whipping up a landscape, just kind of plotting out what else we want to do in this little area, and honestly, we're almost done with it. So let's finish it up. Now, I tried to tell you that that stupid chaotic mess of blocks was going to end up looking cool. And I'm going to say it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like a museum. We'll check that out in just a second. Now, down here, we're almost done with this whole area. We decided to take a whole bunch of the pale moss out. I still like little pockets of it, but we had way too much at the beginning, yeah. And adding in these firefly bushes definitely made it look a little bit cooler, too. I love it. Now, as far as this interior, here's where the blending got really awesome. Across this little tiny bridge up to our stairs leading up to our museum, we have several exhibits set up. And, well, sectioning them off actually went pretty cool. Except, I don't think I like this one right here. That one's not going to be there. Yep, that's definitely better. Anyways, you've already seen those two exhibits, and now we have a spot for the trial ruins. And, well, I might change the colors up a little bit. I tried to use only blocks that could spawn in a trial ruin, except for that right there. There's no deep slate in it. And, well, a lot of the blocks just don't go together. I don't know what kind of civilization was building with these blocks and how they put them together, but it's why. And we have our desert temple exhibit, with no exhibits in it. I think we might have that armor trim, but I'm not going to do it until I have every piece. Just bleeding over into the War Motion, because they use very, very similar blocks. Except this one does have some granite in it, because, well, there's granite in Ocean Ruins. Yeah. And this right here will be the Hall of Armory. All the trims that don't link to anything else. And we'll also be putting in a few banner patterns in here. Like, let's say this one is the snout, I think, snort, whatever it is. The armor trim that goes along with the piglin armor, those two can go together. And, you know, same thing with anything else. For instance, the banner for the wither skeleton, well, it can also go next to the rib armor. So we'll be doing that. Now, we only have a few missions left in this area. Number 1, this area right here. Do we want to put a building right here? Or do we just want to replant a forest right here? I'm leaning towards forest. Why? Because I like to think that whoever owns and operates this factory also is the collector of that museum. And I don't think he would want any other population in his secluded little mountain. So maybe we make him a little house, possibly, or just fill this in with trees. Either one, I'm fine with, but we'll get to that in just a second. Number 2, we need to at least make some type of retaining wall to hold up this pathway to about right there. I don't want it to be all retaining wall. And we need to put or fill one of the other, something right there. Let me show you. Now, I am okay with the majority of this just being a grass hillside. I'm kind of breaking away from the idea that everything has to be uniform. Like normally, in the past, all these little dirt patches that show would annoy me. I would have to make it symmetrical, fill it up, have it all be grass. However, here recently, I've been kind of branching out from that, and I don't mind it. I think maybe even we add a bit more dirt, specifically coarse dirt, rooted dirt, or podzol, maybe a combination of those, just in this area, like it's our runoff little side of the mountain, or the hill under the mountain, whatever. And then we're going to have to put something here, but there's going to be a path right here, so there's not a lot of real estate. Maybe just like a little seating area right here, and just call that done. I think that would actually look pretty cool. Sometimes less is more. All right, now I'm talking way too much about stuff I'm about to do anyways. Well, I'm going to continue to do it. Let's get through this really quick. Right here, I need to make an airship. That's right. Hey, trader, I'll check you in a second. And then we just need to drop this little stream out the side of the mountain. And then I think we can call this entire area done. And maybe close up that cave. Let's do this. We start putting the last touches on our mountain retreat, whatever you want to call it. We decided we didn't really want a building to go right where we're putting all those spruce trees. Why? Because we only wanted one more building to go in this place, and we decided we wanted to put it up here. And this is going to be like the collector's house, and it's not going to be anything too crazy, but the color palette comes out pretty cool. We're going to go with brick. We're going to go with some white terracotta. We're going to break everything up with leaves, which I use a lot of leaves, but I try to use them as sparingly as possible. I do like to use them to break things up though. And the house comes out, well, pretty dang cute, honestly. And we wanted a little entrance area right here to be a little well and a little campsite. The collector gets back from a trip. This is where he just kind of relaxes for a minute before he goes back home. And the final result of our little mountainside area here is beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it so freaking much, but we can't stop here. We got more to do. We are very happy with our mountain area. Oh yes, we decided to hold off on this section right here. We wanted an airship to go here. I don't know if I want to do that. And if I do it, I don't know what kind of airship. I don't really want to do a balloon. I've done those several times before, both in the series and just in other worlds I've done. I'm thinking maybe if I do one, it's going to be more like a helicopter contraption looking thing. I don't even know if I want one to go there. It might ruin the vibe of the mountain. Yeah. Anyways, going with the theme of what we've been doing here as far as collectibles, I want to take a little break because we have another big project to get to. Very big, actually, probably multi-episode project. But I need a little bit of adventure. And, well, we already set up a museum. And in the essence of collections, I want to get some mobs, bring them over to where we're going to be planning our zoo. And I want to get one small exhibit for the museum. And, you know, while we're out there, we might as well maybe look for some of that dry grass that I haven't found yet, things like that, or just whatever else we might find. Just do a little exploring. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to get to this big, beautiful area right here. I have been talking about this area for many episodes, and it's finally time to do it. After I go adventure and repair up all my stuff and gather supplies. All right, we are all repaired up. We got tons of name tags, some leads, plenty of night vision potions, a few water breathing. We don't need too many of those. I think we're ready to go. A couple extra shulkers just in case we find some cool stuff. So let's go see what we can find. First things first, I want to go capture a couple of those boxes over there and put them over where our future zoo is going to be. All right, where did our fox friends go? We want 2 of them. Oh, there's one. I don't know if they just spawn or not. Ooh, and there's another one. Gotcha, buddy. Come on, let's go get your friend. That was very easy. Okay. I think the best way to do this is just to put them in boats and fly them over. So you guys are going in a boat. And we're going to go with Shady and Shifty. Yeah, that'll work. Now, is this enough scaffolding to bring these guys up and clear that hill right there? I don't know. That's going to be close. Let's find out. All right, cool. Wouldn't it be cool if one of these chickens was Dave and he just magically, like, made his way over here? I know that's not the case, but I can dream. Stupid non-Dave chicken. All right, we now have 4 mobs for our future zoo here. The other 2 being the pandas over in front of the Iron Keep. We'll bring those over in a little bit. We don't have to do that right now. Let's get this adventure on. I just want to go north and then veer over to the east. That's where our desert is. And, well, we know there's a desert there. We did not go that far up north of it, though. And I got to assume there's probably more desert, which means I can get some of that new grass and maybe some collectibles. Who knows? Let's go see what we can find. Ooh, thunderstorm. All right, hear me out. Normally I would skip this. However, I am going to need a skeleton horse for the zoo. So, yeah, let's let this happen. I forget what the odds are that it actually spawns a skeleton trap. Well, looks like the thunderstorm's over. I don't see any traps. Oh well, let's go north. Let's go find stuff. Oh, hold on. Well, hello. How are you, Mr. Trial Ruin? I'm not doing you right now, but I'm gonna be back to do this. Oh, yes. You know what? I think I've done this temple before. I think I raided this thing whenever I was trying to get a saddle for the camel. However, I did not brush it. Oh yeah, I've definitely done this. Let's see if we can't get some stuff out of it, though. Well, not the worst, not the best. Let's move on. There's another well. Alright, now I'm starting to wonder if the dry grass even spawns in the desert. Because I know if I saw this village, I would have stole those hay bales. But I also know I didn't do that temple, because I've only ever done one temple in this world. So... Okay, finally. This is a new area. We got dry grass, we got cactus flowers. Oh yes, can I get the cactus flowers? And then can I put those cactus flowers on other stuff? If I can get them, I gotta assume shears are the way to go. Oh, I can. What can I put these on? Can they go on the side of a block? they cannot, but they can just go on the ground. That's kind of cool. Now, the grass, I'm going to assume I do have to use shears. Yes, I do. Well, I'm going to take a minute and just get a bunch of dead bushes and tall grass. Any of the cactus blossoms I see, too. Can you bone meal this? Didn't do anything. Oh, it's renewable. Do I have to be in a desert, or does it just have to be on sand? Ooh, new farm. Yeah, that'll be a new farm if that works. Alright, well, I think I'm going to do that temple right there, and then probably start going back down through the ocean. Being that this is all desert, all of this should all be warm ocean over here. Which means we might get enough shards to do the warm ocean exhibit. We only need 15. Just do we get lucky enough to get the 15 that we want, 5 of each. Yeah, let's go do this real quick and finish off this little adventure. Yeah, there's a village there too. We're clearly going to rob that. And honestly, there's some lava right there. I might find a cool little landscape around here and make a portal for our little desert outpost. Because I kind of have an idea for a build out this way. And we could come back here and get more dry grass and blossoms if we want them too. Ooh, the dune. I could have sworn I already had this armor trim, but that's another one off the list. Very nice. And if we can find a saddle, we might bring a second camel friend home. We're going to need an extra one for the future zoo anyways. Well, we're ready to start working our way back home. I'm going to grab this obsidian. Well, I'm going to turn it into obsidian. And we're going to find a cool looking landscape to set up a nether portal. And we'll connect it to the nether roof here in just a little bit. Because at some point, I want to make a Babylonian style desertish empire. But I'm already here. Might as well set it up for the future. Yep, that'll do pretty nicely. Let's see if we can't find a nice landscape. I want something with big sand hills. We pick a location for our portal, and we wanted it high off the ground because we envisioned this being in a large temple or something like that in the center of a big city. As much as we try, we just cannot bring ourselves to stop our shard journey. No. We're already deep into it, and my ADHD just says, dude, you're going to keep going. You don't get a choice here. Well, we ended up getting a couple saddles, which means we can bring another camel friend home and make a cute little baby camel. Also, we didn't really plan on doing a whole bunch of temples in this episode, but, well, we only need 8 more shards if we get lucky. So I think instead of trying to do the warm ocean, I think we're going to try to get all the ones for the temple and maybe the desert well. I mean, we're already up in the desert anyways. We just made a portal to get back here. So I think that's going to be the focus. Let's just hope we get lucky, because last season it took like 1,000,000 temples to get all this crap. But we've been getting really lucky so far. So let's keep on going. This is a big, very laggy mangrove. Now, at this point, I could say that we're about roughly 4 hours deep into this adventure. And well, I can promise you that we're almost done with the desert. Yeah, we actually did get some really lucky stuff. We get 2 efficiency 5 books out of the same temple, which is quite ridiculous. And we hit up a pillager outpost, and I think we get a new horn. The loot in there really sucks. Oh my gosh, it's almost pointless. We start approaching the tail end of our desert journey, and it doesn't go quite as well as we would have hoped, but it goes pretty good. And we'll end up having to saddle up a camel. Why? Because I broke my elytra. Yeah, whatever. You know, it's kind of fun, and you kind of forget once you have an elytra how cool it is riding around on a mount. I might do that every once in a while, just for funsies from now on. Anyways, we just hit up the last few temples and wells we can find, and it goes okay. it goes okay. Now, we end up saying, you know what, as much as I love this camel, we are way too far away from home. So we find a village, and, well, we start trading sticks to repair our elytra. Well, we didn't get quite the luckiest as we wanted to with the sherds. We got these two complete from the temple. We still need 5 more from a temple, but there's no more temples. Actually, there's no more desert. I have scoured this entire desert, and we got what we got. We also need 5 more sherds from desert wells. Also, I'm not seeing any more of those. So we already have to go back that way anyways. We want to get ourselves a camel. So we're going to follow the ocean, hit some of the warm ocean ruins. Hopefully we get super lucky there so we can at least complete an exhibit. And then once we get towards the end of the desert, we will we'll grab a camel and we'll go home. Alright, now admittedly this adventure has taken way too long, so let's go into super montage mode. We poke some drowns. We check out a treasure chest inside a ruin that had absolute garbage in it. Oh, it was super lame. And we go ahead and get that treasure. Why? Because why would I not get the treasure? Even though I literally need nothing in it. The couple diamonds are kind of useful because I will need to duplicate some templates later. But nothing that we really need. I don't even think I'll ever use a Heart of the Sea. We get some sherds. We get some more sherds. We poke some more drowned. Yeah, and then guess what we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to get more sherds. Do I really need to keep saying this? Yeah, probably not, but I'm going to. Well, we end up getting most of the sherds we need. And we fight a couple trident dudes. And we go ahead and just kill them with our looting sword. And we do not get a trident. But not really a big deal, because we got like 3 tridents at home, including the one that we have enchanted and we use. And we start heading home. And now we end up finding one more well. I don't know how I missed this well, but we get really lucky on this one. It has 2. And it's the 2 we don't need because we already have enough of them. Yep, that's how the game's doing for us. And we get back to our camel friend. Well, we're still short a few things, but we tapped out the entire desert, at least this way. We're going to grab this camel friend here. You want to come home, buddy? You little smiley giant. Yeah, we're going to bring him home and see if we have any of these other sherds from previous adventures. Maybe we have enough to complete an exhibit. We got quite the journey, bud. You up for this? Yep, see you guys in about 3,000 blocks. Those mountains look familiar. Oh, there's home. Also, really close to home. There's a big dripstone cave right over there. I might have to go loot that at some point. Hey, I brought you a friend. What's up? Now, you two in here play nice. I'll get you some cactus and see if you guys want to make a baby camel in a little bit. Let's go see how far off we are from an exhibit. What's up, Nug? No, I still ain't heard from your dad. Sorry, bud. The good news? We're close on almost all of them. Bad news is we don't have a complete collection of all of them. None of them. No. So I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to go hit up our swamp outpost. Now, if we get really lucky, because it's a swamp, it's a warm biome, we might find some warm ocean near it. And maybe we can get 3 of these. That will at least allow us to do that exhibit. And these up here, I might just save those for a nice stream. That sounds like something fun to do on a stream. So I'm going to go do that. And also, more good news, we can get to the swamp outpost really quick through our nether hub. So that's what we're going to do. But if that doesn't pay off, we're going to have to abandon that mission because we've already spent like 30 days doing this. But with the express highway here, we should be there in no time. "5,000 blocks in under a minute. These roads were totally worth it. Let's go south. We know all that is like frozen and cold. But there's got to be some warm oceans around here because it's ocean. Regular ocean, I think, can have warm ocean monuments. Let's get some night vision on. I did not bring my potion box. That is very unfortunate. Well, let's just see what we can see, I guess. Cool. One, two more. Okay, one more. Oh, we got him. We'll finish checking the rest of this large ruin, and then we're done. We are done. All right, well, we got the shards we were looking for, plus an extra one. We also got 2 treasure maps. We're going to smash these treasure maps real quick, and then we're going home. We are done with the ocean. Yeah, I don't want to be back in the ocean for a long time. Well, we got all our warm ocean goodies, and I'm ready to go home. So let's jump on this super expressway and get there. And really soon here, I'm gonna have to build real roads for these this hub. Right now, it's just a 1 block path of ugliness. Well, we were gonna go slap this exhibit in, but we got ourselves another thunderstorm. Let's try our luck with one of those skelly horses. If I hit a horse with a trident during a thunderstorm, does it become a skelly horse? It does not. It's just really mean to the horse. Sorry, buddy. It was just an experiment. We're cool. We got ourselves a skeleton horse. Let's get rid of these other mobs. And I don't want to risk hurting the horse, or the horses. I'm just going to let the skeletons kill themselves on my thorns. All right, we got 4 new undead horses. Well, let's just lead them to something real quick. All right, you dudes hang out here. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, let's slap these in real quick. Another completed exhibit down. I actually might add a couple more item frames in here and put some fishing rods in here. I don't know. It seems like it might work. Not really relics or rare, but we'll figure that out later. Let's go start an enormous project that's going to melt my brain. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We finally get this project a-going. And let me tell you, I have to limit myself on the amount of greens and blues I use because they're my favorite colors, specifically green. And in this one, I don't have to. No, this is a nature empire. I can go as crazy as I want with all the greenery, the wackiness, fantasy vibes. I can just do it however I want it. I'm not modeling it after anything specific, just whatever comes out of my brain. And I'm really, really excited to do it. So we start terraforming up our land. We start laying down a few plots. And right here is going to be a little pond with a river going into it. It's going to look pretty lame for right now because I still got to add a whole bunch of decorations into that. But right now I'm just trying to get the whole area laid out, like framing off this little mountain right here. It just looked really, really weird, and I want some like buildings and some hobbit holes to go there anyways. But before we get this build going, we come across a trader who actually has some mini blocks I really, really want. All right, my man, I want you and you. Ooh, and maybe you too. You did good, buddy. You can keep your leads. Just don't get in my way. Alright, so we got ourselves some plots kind of just set up. And, well, this is going to change and adjust as we go. I really need to get some of these buildings in before I plan any more. But what we do have planned is, we got some hobbit holes planned there. Same thing right there and there. There too. This right here, I want it to be more of a grand elven style structure, I think. I'm not sure yet. Down here, these are going to be druid houses. The square shape, it just looks so stupid right now, but I'm telling you, it won't. It won't. This little scattered stone right here, that's just a placeholder for what I kind of envision as a market, I think, or something along those lines. Maybe a working area of some sorts, a couple little dock houses. There'll also be a little hobbit hole pointing out towards that lake. And that whole side of the lake, I want to be reserved for more grand elvish style houses. That's what I have planned anyways. Now, this little house right here, I just kind of plopped it down. I don't know if there's actually going to be a house there. It's just an idea. It's still early planning phase. However, this right here, I decided this is too small, and this is going to be our really, really big tree. And also, I think it should be like more right here. So we'll be moving this over and making it a bit bigger. And I want a big ring of cool stones as well as a lot of greenery and flowers surrounding this large tree. As far as what else we're planning, I don't know yet, but I need to get some of this stuff in so we can kind of see where we're at. Now, here's where the downside is. We are lacking in mud. We have no mud. That's no bueno. We need mud. And a couple other things. We need to grab some of our prismarine from our guardian farm. And, well, since I need to get the mud anyways, and I don't really want to wreck the mangrove that's really close to our starter area, I think I'm just going to go ahead and link up our portal up to the desert, because there was a huge mangrove up there. And I wouldn't even notice if any mud went missing from up there. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to start building, I think, on this section. See what we come up with. We've already had enough distractions, so we activate super duper speedy mode. We build a nether road to our desert outpost. We go through said portal. Then we head over to our mangrove swamp. A very, very big laggy mangrove swamp. And what do? We collect as much mud as we possibly can. Or more specifically, a couple shulkers that we brought with us. Now, we're already out here, and we don't have to keep traveling back and forth. There was a regular swamp right next to it. So, of course, we're going to need lily pads for them ponds and whatnot that we're going to be putting in this nature empire. Yes. Oh, so much greenery. And we start heading back. Well, we were about ready to go home, and we're already out this way. I want to get a bunch of this coral. I think we can use the dead coral to make some cool designs for some pillars of worship around the sacred tree that we're going to build. I think that'll be pretty cool. This coral, once it's dead, is going to mix really well with tuff and mossy cobble. I'm not exactly sure how or where I'm going to use this just yet. I just know I'm going to, and it's going to be pretty cool. But anyways, we don't want to get too much, but we do get plenty. And, well, we start heading home. This time we really are heading home after one more quick super duper stop. We hit up our nether hub again over to our guardian farm. Why? Because we need even more dark prismarine. Such a wonderful block. Oh, I'm going to say that a million times. And, well, we pretty much have infinite, so we're feeling really good there. And, well, we get about 8 stacks. We haven't AFK'd the farm really at all, so it hasn't really been producing. But once we build something over it, just the build time is going to give us enough forever.
Damn.
All right, well, from back here, the tree is starting to look pretty cool. But as we get closer, I'm thinking the glow lichen just doesn't mix very well with the unstripped logs. And I don't want to strip these logs. I'd strip all the freaking logs, and I just want these to be normal. So I think we remove a fair amount of the glow lichen, and also just this little area right here. I think we have too many leaves right there, and the canopy might need to be like just a little bit bigger. Other than that, I think it works. I really do think it works. Let's adjust it, see what happens. But once the rest of the details and the buildings and stuff come in, I think the whole area is really going to work. I'm kind of just really liking the idea that this here, once we delete some of this glow lichen and whatnot, I like the idea that this is like the elder of the druidic community. Like that, everybody comes here for advice and just whatever else. I don't know. But I think everything was really going to tie together. And if it doesn't, well, I'll just adjust forever and make this episode 5,000 million years long. Our little druid empire is really, really starting to come together. Oh, the tree just popping up over the buildings. And this little hobbit hole right here, I hated it when I started building it. And now it's just so cozy. Originally, well, you can't see it, but that original house we built over there was going to be like my house in the area. I think I'm going to dig this out and make that my little sleeping, chilling area. Oh, maybe even a little storage in that little building right there. It's awesome. It's awesome. Admittedly, we have one heck of a shulker mess to deal with, but whatever. That's the price of building. That is the price of building. I also really like this little corner community little area right here. I don't know why. I just do. Little mushroom. And our druid grove. It feels quite awesome to walk through it, honestly. I will say that there is just way too much podzol all around this area. And honestly, most of it's going to be gone. Most of it's going to be gone. Like this right here, I feel like it just kind of kills the vibe. We're going to leave little patches of it, kind of like there's little patches of the mossy cobble, but most of it's going to get converted to grass and farmland, things like that. Oh, and we also decided that we wanted to keep this somewhat of a treehouse. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do anything with it on the inside. Maybe make a farm underneath it, put a couple villagers in it down there, make them harvest wheat or something. I don't know. But I like it. I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I might even be done with it. I don't know. I might make the canopy a little bit bigger. I might add some more spore blossoms, but no more big work on this, I don't think. But that's just the start of this empire, honestly. What else do we still have to do? I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be in this episode because we're about done with this one. big elaborate houses right here, or maybe hobbit holes, or maybe something even, I don't know, something different. Something's going to go right here. I do want to stop the village at that point, though. So this is either going to be forest, or it's going to be several grand houses like that, and this one right here. And over here, we have just plots lined out for hobbit holes, some larger structures into the side of that mountain right there. And this is going to be the path into the town. And I'm thinking there's going to be some type of naturesque wall to divide it off from the rest of the world. Same thing I think on that side, maybe. Maybe. But check out this view. Oh, the town is coming together. Just imagine it when all them buildings back there are done, and this whole thing is terraformed and landscaped. Oh, I can't wait. That's coming next episode, plus a whole lot of other chaotic wackiness. But as far as this one, we're pretty much done. We're going to do one more cinematic view of this thing, and, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. I truly hope you enjoyed this. It's been a ride. It's been a ride, and I loved every minute of it. Oh, a beautiful little overcast view. Oh, we're vibing with it hard. What do you guys think? What do you think? I can't wait till it's done. Anyways, that is the end of this one. We got to jump right back into the grind and finish this thing off on the next episode. I am trying to stream every Tuesday at 2:30 Central Time US. So far, we've gotten 2 streams in since I've been working on this video, and we're going to keep up that trend. So if you want to come hang out, love to see you there. Later, dudes. Well, hello there, you awesome peoples. I go by Hooligan, and oh yeah, we about to do some Minecraft. And in the last episode, oh, we had so much fun. We built this awesome museum and put a couple exhibits in it and went on adventures to get a whole bunch more stuff for more exhibits. We started our nature empire. We're calling it the Druid Nation, I think. Something along those lines. And we have so much more work to do on it. We built a big, beautiful tree, some hobbit holes, some druid buildings, some elvish style buildings, and well, we have a whole lot more to do. What is up, my dudes? I hope everybody is having an absolutely beautiful day. I truly mean that. Now, we have survived officially 2,514 days in hardcore Minecraft, and we've built quite a bit of stuff, but we're not stopping. We're never stopping. Oh, no, no, no. I have no idea what this world's going to look like at 10,000 days, 20,000 days, but eventually we're going to find out. Now, over here in our little Druid Empire, it's starting to look pretty cool. Over here, no, it's ugly. It's very, very ugly. We have a ton of work to get done. Before we get that started, though, we're going to go on a little journey. Actually, it's a journey we already did. Let me show you. We fired up a stream because we had our heart set on getting the rest of the collectibles from the desert area. So we made a portal 1,200 blocks away on the Nether roof from our Nether hub, which dropped us out about 10,000 blocks in the overworld. And we just were sitting vibing and just looking for temples, wells, anything else we could really find. Now we ended up getting pretty lucky. We found a couple pillager outposts, and we had the bright idea that we needed to repair our light, so we were just going to fight a bunch of these guys to do it. Now I didn't realize how close they were going to come to killing me, being that there was like 1,000 of them. But you know what? It's whatever. It's whatever. It was actually pretty fun, and I survived just fine. Oh, did y'all hear that? Yeah, this temple just blew up. Now, we couldn't remember exactly which ones we still needed, but long story short, we hit up every well and desert that we could possibly find, and we tap out the entire desert. And we decide, you know what, we're going to make a link on the Nether roof, and we're going to go back home. And well, that's what we do. And, well, it worked out pretty well. Or did it? Or did it? We're going to be short 2. One. That is really annoying. Short 1 sherd. Later on that night, we were determined, so we went back out on our mission, and along the way, we ended up finding some jungle temples, and oh, did we get so lucky. We ended up getting 8 of the armor trims. We don't even need to duplicate them, but that's not why we came out here. We wanted our sherd. Only 1 left, and it was really annoying. So 2 temples later, we find it. Yeah, we get a couple more of the prizes, and finally, that elusive elusive sherd. Now, the last little bit of our journey is weirdly all about chicken eggs. I wanted a stack of each because I can't get these guys to spawn around home. And for these guys right here, I decided I wanted to put them in a little box and just AFK it for a minute and get at least a stack. Now, these guys did well for me, so I wanted to free them. And guess what happens? Yes, I almost just died because of chickens. Yeah, not a wither, not an ender dragon, chickens. Well, now that we're all caught up, what do we have on the menu for today? First and most importantly, we have to finish our druidic empire. Now, this whole area right here, it's pretty much done, up to about that point. This whole side over here is completely undone, including all this podzol right here, where I'm standing. All the way to the end of that lake. It needs to be terraformed and also done. And that is priority number 1. Priority number 2 is to bring our little tunnel right here and the road all the way to our town, as well as to our druidic empire over there. And if time allows us, we really need to finish the village of Hillcrest. Oh, we kind of just stopped right here. And once we built the quarry, didn't even build this bridge. It's just that. Anyways, we need to fill this area right here, do something with this, maybe just a lake right there to kind of cap everything off, and finish this town. But that's if time allows. What are you doing, B? That seems very buggy. What happens if I just... okay. He really wanted in there. But the first thing we have to do is put all of this into the museum. Oh yes, we have all the sherds from the desert wells and desert temples now. We never have to do another desert temple again, and I am very happy for that. All these templates are ready to go. These ones right here need to be duplicated. And I do not foresee any problems with diamonds as far as duplicating these templates. We also achieved the near impossible task of reaching Shulker 0. Oh yes. This took a long time. Well, let's get these museum pieces in. How many diamonds will we end up with? That should do nicely, mostly because we have some villagers stashed right over there, and we're probably going to get an armorer just to give us the majority of our armor pieces for the museum. Alright, well, we still got quite a few diamonds left. We need 8 sets of diamond armor, so let's go give some villagers some jobs. What's up, dudes? Are you guys ready to get out of this hole yet? Alright, let's see who wants to cooperate. Any takers? Come on. Alright, we have 8 sets of diamond armor. Didn't have to spend a single diamond on them either. Yeah, just bought them from this dude. Yeah, you're a good villager. I'm gonna keep you, buddy. You're gonna go over with the weaponsmiths. Yeah. Anyways, let's go pick some colors and put these in the museum. And I'll move you guys in a little bit, I promise. But for right now, you're going back in the hole. We started pairing colors with what we thought fitted the best. Now, I could have done other trims with this as well. And the reason I didn't do those trims is because they all have something else that goes with them. Whether it be a music disc, a banner, so on and so forth. So we'll put them in when we have the rest of those pieces. And we put our first trim in, as well as all the completed pots and the extra sherd for everything desert related. Oh, I don't even know if I ever want to go to a desert again. Like ever. But I probably will. Yeah, I probably will. And we're going to enclose all of these in glass. I did this last season as well, and I just really like it. It's just what I wanted to do. I thought it came out pretty cool. And then we activate super speedy mode to just slap all the rest of the exhibits in. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This museum is coming together. I can't wait till it's completed. We are absolutely falling in love with this museum. I know I've probably said that like 12 times by now, but you got to think, the amount of time it took to get everything we currently have in the museum is easily, and I mean easily, in the 20 to 30, maybe even 40 hours worth of work range. That's a lot. That's a lot. That doesn't even include building this thing. Yeah, and it's not even done. No, not even. Well, I guess it's technically close, but there's still quite a bit to do. Anyways, it's just, I don't even know what else to say. I love it. I can't wait till every single piece is in. Now, even though we have pretty much everything planned out for the rest of this entire museum, this right here is our music room. The discs that you get, mostly anyways, from having a skeleton kill a creeper. But I made it larger than it needs to be. Why? So if we need to, right here, if Minecraft adds any new rares, we can go right through here and add another small room. As long as they don't add like a ton at once. It'll work. It'll work. Let's go build some stuff. We got tons and tons of goodies all sorted out through shulkers, and we are ready to go. Let's get to work. Now, we have a whole lot of other stuff planned for this episode, so we can't play around. No. I mean, I guess technically we're playing around. We're playing a video game. But anyways, we are in it to win it. Oh, we have elven houses to build. We have hobbit holes to build. We have tons of decorations to put in this druidic empire. And, well, so we pump a whole bunch of caffeine in our brain, and we get to work. We now have the Druidic Nation. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think I'm willing to call it probably done. Will some stuff be added to this later? I don't know, but I think it's pretty complete right now. I am loving these just cute little, some of them are like traditional hobbit holes, and other ones are just kind of houses built into the side of cliffs. Either way, I love them. And this little secluded area back here is probably my favorite build, even though it's so simple. I don't know why. I just really like the idea of it being back here. I would love to live back here. And this right here is kind of where we're stopping the town. Then we're going to put trees right there and right there. And our path is going to go through this valley of trees here, all the way back to our starter town, to the town of Hillcrest. That's going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to have to terraform the crap out of that. There we go. That's better. These trees right here really give a definite answer of where the entrance to the town is. Now, as far as right here, if I'm going to do anything, I may put a little arch right there. I don't know yet, because I'm kind of thinking of a big like nature wall right there to kind of really like seal the nation off from the rest of the world. But I'm not doing that right now. No, because before we do this path, one, I'm not ready to be dodging creepers as I go through this death trap because there are caves everywhere. Two, I want to work on the town of Hillcrest over that way. You know, our starter town. Why? So we have a definitive place where we can link up these roads. And it needs to be done. I've been procrastinating on it for like so many episodes. It needs to be done. And it's going to be cool. So we're going right back to building. Don't worry, I got a little adventure planned later. Now, we have a whole lot of work still to do, and after today, we'll be losing our tree chopping spot. So we decided to get one more use out of it before it's gone forever. We'll have to find a new spot. Now, I have said it many times before, but I kind of just do everything on the fly. I don't really plan much stuff out, but often to give myself a little bit of help, I will make one large area just to work around. And that's what we're doing with this lake. This is going to frame out the rest of our town and storage house area, and then we can work around it. Now, honestly, a lot of it's going to be forest because I don't want too many more buildings going in this area. But by the time we're done with this build, because this might run over into the next episode, I'm not really sure yet. We want everything around this lake, including our town, including the storage house, to all be complete. We don't want any big blank fields or anything like that. So we start decorating up our little lake here and planning out what we want to do forward. Well, of course, we know we want to make a path going all the way to the tunnel going over to the factory. And that's what we do. And we kind of want this a little elevated running along a forest. There's not any forest there right now because I just deleted it all, but I'll be planting that all back. And when it grows in, it should look really cool and kind of fill the area in. And we just start working our path towards the tunnel. And it's going to eventually branch off to the nature empire. Yep, pretty cool. Being that we're working with roads, we went and grabbed Trigger. It just seemed fitting. Now here's what we have planned. Right there, that's the tunnel over to our factory and our museum. And we have our roads partially plotted out. Unfortunately, the road going that way, it's going to go right through our original camp. So, as sad as it is, the OG camp's going to have to go. Because I got big plans for this area. I want to actually make a very, very dense fantasy medieval kingdom in this area. With big gates on either side of the valley. But that is for quite a while from now. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Right now, we just want to get a path through it. And I started planting saplings anywhere we didn't really want anything to go. Because, well, we deforested this pretty good, but we always knew we were going to replant something. We're going to leave this alone for right now because we don't know how deep we want the kingdom to go. But as far as right here, we do know what we want to go right here. We want a little pond right here. It was a lava lake. We already dug up all the obsidian. Might as well turn it into a little pond right along the path. And over here, I want there to be a couple farmhouses with a bunch of farmland just surrounding this area right here, just framing everything in. Almost like it's the main wheat source of the future kingdom that's going to go right there. Because generally, when you have a big castle with a city around it, or something like that, you would have farms on the outskirts of it. And the path just goes along to right here, which this is just going to regrow. I don't want to put anything right here. Man, we still have some more stuff growing through here too. Right here, though, I want there to be like a little rest stop, a little campsite, just along the path. I think that would be pretty cool. Just kind of framed in this little half circle right here. That'd be pretty neat. Now, right outside the town here, for our main path in, I do want there to be a building. I just don't know what yet. I don't know what. I'm thinking like a little tavern. It would make sense as you come into the town. Also, down here, And I want something to go down here too. I'm thinking like a little dock area. It already leads up to the main town anyways. It would be accessible to the rest of the town. It sounds like a pretty good idea. And it wouldn't be too big because I don't want to just cover the lake up. I want it to be like it makes sense to be there. Now, one of the last little bits of our city here that really just does not work for me is this big hill right next to where we want the entrance to the town to be. Now, I'm thinking we could terraform that back with a beacon a bit, put something right here, I don't know what, and that would really kind of finish the town off as far as the entrance goes. But I don't think I'm doing that in this one because I already got enough stuff planned. And of course, we got a bridge to finish, a quarry to finish. That should be pretty easy, actually. 2 little houses to put down here. I don't know what kind yet. I think it was like little fishing houses or something. And we'll be losing our tree chopping area because I'm tired of looking at this blank space here. Probably a bunch of forest over there, honestly. I don't think I want too many buildings because I want to move on to other builds. But right here needs something. We'll figure out what it is. I have a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to do. I should probably just get to doing it. We finally get to putting our finishing touches on our starter town, the town of Hillcrest. And, well, as we start it everything kind of sucks. Yeah, I started off with this bridge here, and I really hated it. I don't know why I made it so big, and I said, no, that is just not going to work. So we tear the top down, and we make it a bit smaller. It didn't make sense that big of a bridge would be right there. It was just dumb. Absolutely dumb. And then we make up this cute little dock area. And just a little basic house, nothing crazy. I think it really ends up resembling a fishing house, which is really what I wanted it to be, like what it's supposed to be, almost like a little boat keeper's house or something along those lines. And I thought it came out pretty cool. I don't know. And then we move on to our little quarry area of the city, of the town. And, well, this little house we're building right here to house some minecart systems and whatnot, it's really ugly. It's going to magically change in just a second. Why? Definitely not because I forgot to record changing it. I did the whole thing. I'm just like, oh, yeah, I should probably record that because I'm super duper smart. Yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is. Anyways, we wanted a whole bunch of little minecart systems going into different little cave areas where they're potentially digging for ores and various other materials to build the rest of the city or even expand their kingdom. I envision this little town here is probably working for the Iron Keep. At least that's the way it works in my brain. Anyways, we start getting our little work platform set up, and we want a couple different little minecarts going different ways, and this right here is like a little chute that brings rock down where it can be processed by other workers to be shipped off to wherever it's going to go. And all in all, I think everything came out pretty cool. Does it need a few more details? I don't know. Maybe, but I think I'm willing to call it done. And I wanted 2 houses right here that represent the workers of the quarry. Now, bear with me, dudes. I promise you it's all going to work. Just trust your dude. Trust your dude. Anyways, we whip a little bright house right there, and then we whip up a little hobbit hole. And I really like this hobbit hole because we just built that nature empire, and I like to think this is where the ambassador from that kingdom comes to trade and share relations with the rest of the kingdoms. I don't know. In my brain, it made a lot of sense. Whatever. Anyways, so then we get to whipping up some farmland just because we want to frame everything out. And we do get rid of a whole lot of the greenery. Oh my gosh, we had so much greenery. I kind of went overboard with it. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Bet you didn't know that. Now, I just said that we've been using way too much greenery. So what do? We terraform this area and plant a giant green forest. Yeah. Just trust me, it'll make sense. So what this is doing right here is we're making a path going down to our new dock, our second dock, as well as a path to something else. Now, that something else we'll get to in just a minute, and it's going to be really cool. But the second dock here, I wanted 2 houses on it. One, just a simple brown building with a red roof, and the other one I wanted to go a little bit heavier with the gradient, with the shading, using dripstone. You'll see that in just a second. And all in all, I think it came out pretty cool. It definitely feels like it fits the area. I wanted a little awning on this one as well, with like a little balcony. I don't know why, I just thought it came out cool. For this last little section to the north side of our town, we're just planting 6 stacks of trees and making a path. I don't really know what else to say besides that. Trees and path. But then we make the most important discovery that has ever happened in Minecraft. Ever. And I mean ever. All right, my dudes, we stopped with the forest right here because, well, we have yet another build that we're planning for later that I want to go right here. And I want it to be a big, evil-looking prison for all the hostile mobs in the game. Yeah, pillagers, all the dangerous baddies, everything. Hoglins, ravagers, everything in this big, big evil prison. But more importantly, we just discovered something amazing. So I was just covering up the holes in this little area so we could build here later and lighten it up so we don't have mobs making noises. And what did we find? That. Yeah, we started killing the mobs down here so they don't mess with our mob cap. But every chicken we find, we check them to see if they're Dave. And guess what? That's Dave. We need to initiate Operation Chicken Rescue. Yeah, or Operation 12-Piece Bucket? Whatever. One way or another, we need to get Dave safely back home and reunite him with Lil Nug. And he made it quite the distance. But yeah. Huh. Hey, Snowflake. So I found Dave. Yeah. Sorry for accusing you of eating him. I knew you didn't do it the whole time, buddy. I knew it. I got a surprise for you in just a minute, buddy. Assuming there's no creepers down here ready to blow me up, we can bring our men, our soldier, right through this little hill right here, out into the water, and bring him home. Oh, buddy, I missed you. You guys, though? Sorry, you're gonna have to go. You don't need them, Dave, okay? I know for a fact they was talking crap behind your back. Come on, let's get home. Oh, look at those wings flap. He's so happy to be rescued. Yeah, see all this stuff, buddy? We've done a lot of stuff since you've been gone. So we kind of thought you were gone forever, buddy. Yeah, we had a whole funeral and everything. Doesn't seem fitting now, though. We might have to build you and Little Nug a little house. Who? Oh, you don't know? So you got a son, dude. Yeah, take a minute. Yeah, take it in. You ready to meet him? All right, come on. So, Lil Nug, I found your pops, bro. Yeah. Don't be shy. Say hi. I know it wasn't his fault. He fell down into, I don't know, some ravine or something. Yeah, go on. Where you going, bro? Dude, come on. It's not that awkward. Come on. You guys sit here. Get to know each other a little bit. I'm going to make you a little house later. All right? All right. Stay out of holes, dude. We filled up that hole, and now we have a big spot for a big grand prison. But that's not for right now. No. But it's just another thing on the list. What all do we have on the list? We have the prison. We have the Babylonian Empire. We have the Nordic Empire. We have a labyrinth. We have a big sawmill warehouse type thing. And probably like 60 other builds that are just stacking up. But we also are completing some of them. Like, I really feel like our town here is really coming together. Like, I don't really know what else we really need to do to it. I think maybe one more little thing right there, and we are absolutely done. And of course, finishing the little paths going that way. Now, technically, we still have this river to finish, but that's part of another build, actually. That is going to run all the way over to our future zoo. Now, speaking of future zoo, I want to take a little break from the building, and I want to go get a few mobs for that zoo. Now, so far for the zoo, we have our 2 pandas right here. We have our armadillo right here, and another one over there. Why they're in 2 different places, I don't know. That's just kind of where I put them. We got our camels in the stables right there. And over here at the site that we have to terraform for the zoo, we have our 2 foxes, Shifty and Shady. Some random zombified piglins. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with them. We have our 4 skeleton horses, a pretty underrated mount, honestly, at least for funsies. I mean, if you haven't walked on the bottom of the ocean with a skeleton horse and some water breathing, you ain't lived. Try it out. Apparently we have more zombified piglins than we thought we had. I guess there were several thunderstorms when I was down in my little key farming area for the trial chambers. Well, whatever. Right now, I want to go see if I can't find all the cold biome mobs. It shouldn't be too hard, actually, because we got some ice right over there. Should be able to snatch up 2 polar bears, super duper easy, and maybe find one of the Arctic foxes. We can get goats from maybe that hill or that hill. What else is in the cold? We'll figure that in a minute. Let's go see what we can find. And our creeper farm is definitely going to be on the list of things that need to be revamped really soon. Hey, trader, what do you have? I want those mini barrels. Do I have the stuff to get it? Thanks, buddy. Alright, so the polar bears are a no-brainer. Super, super close, super, super easy. I want to see if I can't find the foxes. So can we find another cold biome connected to this? I don't think I've went much farther west than this, actually. Or at all. Okay, that's a snowy taiga. We should be able to find some Arctic foxes in there. Also, that's a grove. I need to be careful of that. We got one sleeping right there. We got you, buddy. Where's your friend at? You got a friend? Alright, got him. Now, can I get them out of here without them going into the snow? Alright, cool. We made it through. They should be pretty safe. But I don't know if those polar bears will try to eat them. I don't want to find out. Oh no, the polar bear it wants to eat them. Come on, buddies. I'll save you. I'll save you. That was close, my dudes. I don't know if he wanted to eat me or you guys. One way or another, it wasn't happening, though. Well, we know that for future reference. Oh yeah, those polar bears definitely want to eat those foxes. How do I get my lead back from him? I don't know. Now, I don't know if these guys can despawn or not, but just to be sure, we're going to name them Sammy and Max. And let's close these guys in. That way the polar bears we bring back don't eat them. I don't see any cubs, so these guys shouldn't be hostile to me. Hey, dudes, you want to come live in my zoo? You don't want to eat me, right? Hey, come on. These guys' swimming animation always makes me laugh. Every time. Hopefully they don't attack other mobs like my horsies right there. And we'll go with Fluffy. And Brutus. Now, as far as the rest of the cold biome mobs, we have chicken eggs, so we don't have to worry about that. And the pig and the cow, oh, I don't even know where I'm going to get those yet. I think I'm going to have to do something about the mob cat before I can even get those to spawn close. But we can get our goats right there, I think. Let's go find out. I bet you can't guess what the theme of the next episode is going to be. There's our goat friends. We need to get them in a boat, though. Alright, cool. Now we should be able just to fly these guys over to the future zoo. Because we're already 200 blocks up. Minecraft. Just flying goats in a boat. Wouldn't it have been hilarious if they landed in with the polar bears and they just got eaten? Well, I'm sure every single person has guessed it, but the whole idea for the next episode, it's going to be the start of the zoo. I have a big grand plan for it, and I'm excited to get started on it. Of course, that won't be the only thing we're doing next episode, because I go off the rails every single one. Anyways, let's finish up our project, as we are running out of time. We have a few things left to do, and for once, we're not going to leave things unfinished. Now, of course, we have our roads to finish, but we have one more little quaint build that we want to do, as well as a new farm. Well, it's not a new farm. Technically, we've already built 2 of them. It's a floor shifter. But this one is going to be in this flower forest, which will give us access to all the flowers except for the swamp flowers. And, of course, the eye blossoms. But I'm going to put it right up on this hill. I didn't even know this was a flower forest, honestly. But it is. And our castle keeps right there. Our town's right there. So we're going to make a cool little build and probably path it down to right there, because our wall is eventually going to come right through and around here. But once we have access to this, we'll have tons of seeds and tons of flowers for the rest of the builds we're going to be doing in the future. So let's get to this. At almost 2,730 days, this episode has been a long journey. But the result, I love it. Oh, I'm vibing. I want to know, who's vibing with this? Who hates it? I want to know both things. And the task of building these roads all the way connecting our kingdoms, it took forever. We did find something, though. When we were building right here, we got attacked by a zombie. And didn't really make any sense to us at the time. But there is a zombie spawner right here, very, very close to the entrance of this little tiny cave. Will I ever use that spawner? Probably not, because we also have one right in here. Yeah, that's from episode 1. Honestly, I probably won't ever use either of them. I might build them just to say I have them, but I don't need a zombie spawner. I got other better ways to get experience and whatnot. Now, the pathing through here, plus this little temporary bridge, it'll probably be changed later. Why? Because I had mentioned before that I want a dense medieval city to be in this valley. Not set in stone, but that's pretty much what I'm planning. And that's for later, though. But I still wanted a path just connecting everything up. And those farmhouses right there in the farmland, that'll probably come in the intro of the next one. Oh my gosh. You know what? Now that it's all completed, huge difference. Huge difference. Oh my gosh. Still need to do that though. But I'm going to combine that with this river project here and this terraforming over here. And at that point, I want to wrap it around right here, some little build right here, and then I'm calling this whole town done. For realsies this time. Yeah. But you know what? This is going to be part of the zoo build anyways. Speaking of the zoo, that's going to be a build going over many episodes. Collect mobs, couple mobs an episode or on a stream. That's not going to be the entire episode, or not going to be the entire build of one episode. So I need to decide, what do I want to build next? And I kind of wanted to ask you dudes, what do you think? We got a Nordic empire we could start on. We have a ocean empire we could start on. We have so many. The Babylonian empire's all the way up in the desert, about 6,000 blocks to the north. That's still an option though. But swamp empire, I want to know, what would you guys like to see me do? I don't know. Give me something crazy. It's got to be fantasy medieval themed though, or historical. Some type of historical ancient civilization. That's kind of my vibe. But I want something just to try to challenge myself. I want to do some different color palettes and whatnot. So if you guys got any suggestions or something you'd like to see, let me know. And then our just tiny little, kind of came out pretty cool, little stone house. Of course, housing. Our flower floor shifter. And we will be decorating this building up and putting some barrels and whatnot in here, because we're going to need to store a whole lot of stuff, because this thing works fast. Let me show you. Just flick this lever here. Yeah, that inventory is going to get full real quick. I'm going to need a composter in here, an auto composter, and definitely some barrels. And I might as well make it look cool while I'm doing it anyways. This is actually pretty concealable, being that it's a tiny little area. This will be a little work access right here. And now that we have pretty much infinite seeds and infinite flowers, we're looking good on both those aspects. Because I love building fields, and I'm always running out of seeds. But all in all, this world is really starting to feel like home more than any world I have ever done. Whether it be in these series or single player just by myself, it feels like I truly do live here. And I am so happy about it. But anyways, that's about all I got for this one. I gotta get to the next episode. Yeah. Good news is the family went on vacation, so I got 4 straight days that I can work hard, no interruptions. So I'm hoping to get the next one out real soon. But until then, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. It makes me so happy reading comments and just knowing that people, at least somebody out there, enjoys this. I hope you all truly have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, dudes. Well, hello there, you amazing peoples. I go by Hooligan, and oh yeah, let's get into some Minecraft. In the last episode, we went absolutely ham. Oh, we built for over 200 days, finishing our town of, we're calling it the Druid Nation. We also did some major renovations to the town of Hillcrest. I am calling it done. We have one more little build we want to do in it, and it's more terraforming than build, but I'm calling it done, as well as that Druid Nation. So we need to move on to new things. So let's see what kind of nonsense we can get into. What is up, my dudes? How's everybody doing today? We have just over 260 days left before we hit 3,000 days. I think maybe like 268-ish. I don't know. Anyways, we are burning a couple days right now at our factory. What are we doing here? Let me show you. We need ourselves a whole lot of bone meal so we can get ourselves a whole lot of seeds and flowers and other whatnot. So we modified our moss farm here so it only produces bone meal. Indefinitely, actually. It's self-sustained. It actually gains more bone meal than it uses to produce the bone meal. Yeah. Anyways, it's working pretty good. I almost got a couple stacks of bone blocks. And as far as this factory goes, we need to add a couple farms in here. Oh, yes, we do. We'll get to that in just a little bit, though. Let me show you what I have planned for this episode. We have ourselves a river that we need to bring all the way from right here, all the way over to right here, our zoo area, and we have to terraform this whole place, which is okay because we need all this dirt and grass anyways, and we have plans for 20 plus exhibits in this zoo. Actually, probably more, around 28, and that is not including hostile mobs. We need to cap off this little section of hill right here, and I probably should take the time and get rid of all of these temporary villager just holes I have. Yeah, you guys want to get out of this box? I'm tired of looking at it. You're probably tired of being in there. I got these things stashed, like, literally everywhere. I got one right there, in that dirt box. And another leaf box with 2 more villagers in it. These guys might not make the cut. They're cartographers, and I've already done their trades and their maps, and they did not give me item frames. So, yeah. And this guy, he's been stashed here since like day 20. He's probably really ready to get out. And I should probably build Dave and Little Nug their own little house. Being that we found Dave. He's not dead. Yeah, we should probably do that too. As far as what else we're going to do in this one, I'm not really that sure yet. This is random chaos. We may start a brand new empire. But let's get to working, see what happens. You want to join me on the ride? Now, we have at least a couple 100 days of work ahead of us, and, well, we got to get started. So we start terraforming this big hill down. And we don't know exactly at this point in time how big the zoo's going to end up being, but we do know it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be adjusted many, many times. But whatever, we start just clearing all this out, and we're going to be needing all this dirt and stone anyways. So it's kind of a win-win. And I'm just going to spoil things right now. We run out of dirt like 6 times and have to go get more, as well as we almost break 6 tools. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but there is a lot of blocks here. Like a lot. Like 100,000. Alright, well, we have a fair amount of space to work with, but it's still probably not going to be enough. Those 2 little plots right there, they represent the entrance to the zoo. They're going to be towers right there. That one right there is actually the entrance to our key farm, and I want to utilize that to be able to get up and down from the key farm. And we will end up gaining a bit more real estate because the river over at our town, we're going to be bringing through this valley right here, and we're going to split it off one way. It's going to come through here, so we'll be bringing this out a little bit. And we also want it to split this way, which will also be gaining some real estate right here. A fair amount, actually, because that's going to take quite a bit of terraforming. This is not going to be a 1-episode project. This is going to be a mini-episode project. Speaking of which, I had to go unload shulkers and repair these tools 3 times just during this. That means I'm going to need some duplicate tools, and I'm going to need some more shulkers. But you know what that means? It gives us an adventure to do in a little bit. But not just yet. I got plenty of grass to start terraforming the river, and I want to work on that a little bit. Just get it kind of planned out. But I do want to go beat up some shulkers and get some netherite. And I can't remember if I already have a bunch of TNT made up, but if I don't, I have a lot of gunpowder. Because, I accidentally AFK'd the creeper farm for like 4 hours. Yeah, whatever. I knew I was going to need it. And we've just been using our librarians, trading them ink since we have infinite of it, to repair our tools. It didn't seem worthy of going back to the Nether to hit up our XP farm. It was just 2 tools. Speaking of those librarians, I need to get some of the more important interiors done around here. Maybe we can get that in a little bit. Right now, we have a river to build. Now, this section of the river will be probably one of the most time-consuming parts of the build. Why? Because we have a whole lot of real estate to cover up. It's a valley that we don't want, at least not in the state it's in right now. Once we get to the actual mountain part of it, it's actually going to be pretty easy because the river's already pretty much ready to be... It's ready. Just needs water. Now, when we get over to the zoo area, the one area where all the lava is, that is also going to take a whole lot of terraform because there's a giant cave right there. But you know what? I think we can get through it pretty quick. Well, I think this river's going to work out nicely. It's really going to frame this area in. I know I say framing areas in all the time, but it really will. Now, of course, we have no details in the river whatsoever. We'll do that later. Right now, I just want to get it laid out. And like I said a minute ago, right there, once we get right there, which we're already right there, That's going to go really easy. It's literally just putting water down because the path's already pretty much dug out for us. We're going to close up a few caves, but other than that, we don't have to do much right there. Now this right here should be pretty straightforward. We're just going to want to bring this into a custom valley, probably up about to that height right there, and then drop it back down. And we're going to double dirt that because we don't know if there's going to be any farmland there. But we should have plenty of dirt from getting our zoo over there ready. But right here, we need to work this in here. I think I can make it happen and still look pretty cool. But these guys right here, they need to move. So Operation No More Villager Boxes, it has to happen right now. As far as these guys down here, these guys have some of the worst terracotta trades I have ever seen. Ugh, so much gray and glazed. It's gross. It's so gross. However, they are still useful for trading stone for emeralds and for brick. So I don't really have to get rid of them. I don't think they're causing any lag or anything like that. So maybe make a little secret access to get down here, and we'll just pretend that they're not down here. Yeah. They're not down here. No. This guy right here, he's a good villager, and I think I'm going to feed him to a zombie, just for a little bit. These two here, I think maybe we see if they can give us some better terracotta trades. That's about all I need right now. I already have 4 clerics that I need to move around, so I don't really know if I really need any more villagers. Maybe some cartographers that actually give me item frames, but with the new update, I don't even know if they can give item frames anymore. Well, enough talking. Let's get these guys moved. And you, buddy, you're going over by the stables. Actually, I think I changed my mind there. I think just this guy, the toolsmith, is going to be the worker of the stables. We'll decorate this area up in here, and this weaponsmith and this armorer can go in a cute little shop right here. Yeah, because we need to just frame this area out anyways to finalize the city. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. But he needs to get eaten. He can stay in there for right now. He's in my way. As far as you two, what do you guys want to offer? That is terrible, my dude. That is terrible. That's better, but also terrible. However, I do use a lot of brown terracotta, so yeah, you're okay. You, gross, my dude. You can go over in the Citadel. You're going in the Hole of Outcasts. Yeah, you did wrong. You know it. But I kind of still want some of your stuff, so you're lucky. I wish I could tell you this was temporary, but I'd be lying to you. And you and me, we're going to go for a little ride. Alright, this should get us all the way to the Citadel. And also, I don't think I've ever seen my town from this high up. It looks awesome. Anyways. I was so worried this dude was going to go into the lava. You chill here. I want to go see if then the other villagers want to cooperate. How about you, buddy? You've been in here a long time. What do you want to do for me? All right, light drate and dripstone. Yeah, you were worth it. It's time to get you out of this hole into a much nicer hole. I'll secure you guys in there later. Have fun till then. Well, villager-wise, all we have left is 2 clerics over there that already been zombie cured, and these 2 clerics right here, which I don't know if they've been zombie cured. Let me check. They have not been, but I'm not that worried about it because I'm not going to need that much glowstone, and I can get the glowstone from the cured guys over there. And the only thing else I really want from them is redstone dust. So, yeah, I think we're fine there. But these guys will need a place to live. I want them to have their own building. So I'm thinking, once this area right here is terraformed, which shouldn't be that hard, maybe a cathedral. Makes sense, right? Or something else. I don't know. I think the clerics are going to go up here. Easy access when we need it, and it'll just be a cool little build. But right now, we have a river to do, and these guys here, They might just disappear. They're kind of useless to me, so I think they might go, move to a farm upstate. Yeah. I'm getting ready for some adventure soon. I'm feeling the need for it. So let's finish this up and get on to other things. Now, this terraforming project is probably the biggest we've ever done. I'm not really sure, but I think so. Now, we end up with about 10 double chests of dirt and grass, and we use every bit of it. Now, admittedly, things are going to look really, really wide open and blank right now, but before we can really put details in and plan things out, we need a platform to work from, and that's what we're doing. We're going to be doing with this right here, as well as around the zoo. Now, there's going to be changes made later on, expansions with the spaces we need as we go, but right now, we're just trying to get this foundation laid out. Well, let's just rock this out real quick. I'll be right back. 6 hours later, and this is what we have so far. We still need to bring this river. I think we're actually going to go completely around the zoo. And this is not going to be enough real estate. So we're going to bring this out here, probably about 10 to 15 blocks all the way along here. Hopefully we gain a whole bunch of space through here and maybe a little bit back there. But here's the thing. I have no more dirt. I have lots of stone, but I don't just want to put stone everywhere. So I need to go on a little resource mission. We need a whole bunch of grass, a whole bunch of dirt, a whole bunch of ice, because I'm tired of doing this with buckets. And we might even do a couple other little things while we're out and about. But I want to get this finished and set up and some of the plots lined out. At least the focal point of the zoo, which I'm thinking right in the middle, I want a really, really cool walk-through aquarium with just everything around you is just aquatic life. That's what I'm planning anyways. But I have no resources. So super duper resource montage. Hitting up our villagers yet again just to quickly repair up our tools. This time though, we actually are trading for not only the ink, but the glass. We need a whole bunch of it for the exhibits coming up. And well, we also need a whole bunch of ice. It's going to make doing the river around the zoo so much easier. If you have silk touch, a good self-touch pickaxe, this is definitely the way to go when you're doing a whole bunch of water terraforming. But anyways, we end up with about a shulker's worth of ice. We also got a little bit of the packed ice and the blue ice. I don't know what we're going to use it for, maybe a farm later, but we have it. And of course, we need so much dirt and grass. We end up with like 4.5 more shulkers right here, and it's still not nearly enough. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work, at least for this portion of the build. And we gather up a whole bunch of our stone from our overflow, because we're going to be doing a retaining wall type of situation around the zoo. It'll save us on some dirt, and it'll look cool. We also start up our moss machine, because, well, we're going to need a whole bunch of bone meal. 4.5 more boxes of dirt, 7 boxes of stone, a box of ice, moss, bone meal. It's got to be enough, right? It's got to be. I really hope it is. Well, let's find out. We are ready for some adventure. After all the grinding we've done, though, we have to at least get our exhibits plotted out. I mean, come on, we didn't do all this to stop now. So that's what we do, and we're almost done. Now, as far as the area surrounding the zoo, the retaining wall, we want that to be like a mix of moss, stone, and we'll come back and add some other details in it later. Now, the other side of the river, we don't want anything like that. No, we don't want it. We want it to look natural. We'll come in and we'll add a couple little stone patches and some mud and whatnot, but we want the whole river bank and the other side of the river that's not connected to the zoo to look natural. Like the only portion that's been man-made is the zoo, because that's how it is. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Anyways, it is finally coming together. And as far as these exhibits go, we're kind of just winging them. We may change the size of them and dimensions of them as we go because, well, I have all the mobs I want to in here written down and we place plots for all of them, but the actual size of their exhibits might change. And who knows, maybe I forgot a mob and we'll have to just add it in somewhere. But we should have enough real estate. Well, all right, we have quite the plan for our zoo, and you might be noticing we got some new animal friends. We got all the birdies, we got a doggy, and we got some kitty cats, because we fired up our Tuesday stream and just had a little bit of goofy fun times. Now, as far as our zoo here, we got a pretty good plan, but let me show you what else we did on the stream. We finally got one of our interiors done around the town, and that's our library. We are in here quite often, and it needed some decoration because it was just completely blank. And these guys were all just in a dirt hole. Still a hole, just no longer dirt. And we had an extra parrot, so he lives here now. Dude's gonna need a name, though. Now, before we get back to animals and builds and whatnot, I need shulker boxes, and I need duplicate tools. So that's what we're off to do now. Let's see if we can't go die in the end. Or the Nether. Now, this little adventure should set us up nicely for some future projects. And we don't know everything we need to bring along. We do know we're going to need potions, we're going to need rockets, and, well, we're going to need TNT. We get all these things and we head into the Nether. Alright, well, we should all be geared up. Let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. And I'm going to say first up, let's go get ourselves some boxes. I'm gonna have to fix this later. Alright now, so if I remember right, it's been a long time since we've been in the end. We went west, no east, because there was nothing to the west. But we can fly now. So, I think let's go over the void. That sounds not at all terrifying. And our elytra is low, but as we fight shulkers, it should repair itself. That is if we find a city before we fall into the void. Oh, there's a tiny one. It's a start. So, I didn't bring a sword. That's problematic. Axe it is, I guess. Okay, well, that was literally like the smallest end city I've ever seen. We're gonna have to repair up this elytra. Alright, well, hopefully that gets us to the next city. Oh. It's literally right here. Oh, it's a big one. Loot in these end cities pretty much means nothing to us, like barely at all. Now, the only thing we kind of do want is we could find some really good shovels and pickaxes so we don't have to waste all this time and resources making our duplicates. That would be pretty cool. That would be a win. Now, do we need it? Absolutely not. We could do that with villagers. We got plenty of everything we could possibly need. What we want is at least a stack of shulkers. Oh, that will help us for so long. But anyways, we ended up doing 4 cities, and weirdly enough, they are all like within a couple hundred blocks of each other. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in the end. I have never seen them that close together, at least not that many of them. But anyways, we're going to montage this out because like I said, there's a whole lot of fighting. Enjoy. Alright, I think we can call that done. That gives us roughly about 45 to 50 more shulker boxes. That should last a while. Not forever, but for a while. Let's find a gateway and get out of here. This many boxes should last, well, I'm hoping at least, until we open up the rest of the end gateways. That's quite a while from now, though. It dropped me on top of our iron keep. I was not expecting that. Well, let's drop all this stuff off, and we gotta find our sword. I gotta assume it's probably over at the zoo. One of them random shulkers. There's my shank. The axe did pretty well, though. Anyways, it's time to get some netherite. These new settings are clean. Oh, I'm loving them. Oh, yes. Anyways, let's go see if we can't burn to death in lava. We shouldn't, because we have tons of potions. But I'm also dumb, so let's see what happens. And I think for our best chances, a simple nether waste is probably the way to go. I am so glad I took the time to blow up this hole. Hope you Bedrock players get this at some point. Alright, now this is looking pretty promising. So our lake is to the east. If we go west and south, we should hit a lot of, well, hopefully not lakes. Let's get to digging and see what happens. And I'm just going to take both of these right now. So we get to digging. Now, if you're someone like me who plays this game in, well, pretty much for power gaming, one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, all to get more stuff and more stuff, netherite is one of the few things left that you can actually get excited about finding. You know, on the overworld, it's like, oh, diamonds, cool, whatever, I don't really care. But netherite, oh, it's exciting every time. To an extent. To an extent. Now, we need at least, bare minimum, 4 duplicate tools. If we come out with more than that, that would be awesome. But 4 is what we want, because we need an extra shovel, 2 of them actually, and 2 extra pickaxes. They are what I break the most. And we get pretty dang lucky. Yeah, plenty of netherite. Now, we do use up all our TNT. So what we get is what we get. And I ended up just mining manually for a little bit with very little luck. I think I come out with about 8 extra pieces and an entirely broken pickaxe. We are out of TNT and we broke half our pickaxe, but we have enough ancient debris to make 7 duplicate tools. That is a big, big game changer. I'm ready to get out of here though. How did I get in here? Oh well, we'll just dig out. Alright, cool. Let's get home. Sorry for the blurring red vision. Night vision gets wacky in the nether. But it's definitely useful when you're hunting for netherite. First thing, let's get all this ancient debris cooking up. And let's see what all we need to make these tools. Alright, so 2 pieces of the netherite are already reserved. One for the fortune hoe, that's already maxed, and one for the fortune axe that's already maxed. I don't really care whether my axe has fortune or silk touch on it. I prefer silk touch as my main one, just because of melons and crap, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. I'm just chopping wood. Now, as far as this, we can use this. And combine it with this, and just slap mending on it, because the curse of vanishing means nothing to me, because if I die, well, I can't go get my stuff anyways. So that one's perfectly fine. So there's our duplicate fortune 3. However, we still need 2 shovels, both of them silk touch. I do not want fortune, and we need a silk touch pickaxe. So let's see if we can't roll one. That's not terrible. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Whatever. Okay, well, this one's going to be good no matter what, hopefully. Alright, that's a good shovel. I can easily make that fully maxed. We got both our pickaxes ready to go, plus another shovel. I want to try one more time for Silk Touch on this guy right here before I commit to this fortune. I really don't want fortune. Oh, that'll work though. We can add books to that. Let's rapid fire off these upgrades. Spoon 1. Spoon 2. Shinies 1. And safety pick 1. There'll be more of these, that's why they're numbered. Also, little fun fact, I spelled this wrong. Yeah, it annoys the crap out of my son, and I don't know if I want to change it, because it annoys him. But can I even change it? Alright, we changed it. Let's go slap some netherite on all this. This just brought our resource game and our terraforming game to the next level. Oh yes. Now, believe it or not, this won't last forever. No. Eventually our projects are going to get so big, we're going to need more duplicate tools. But for right now, it'll do. As far as this last piece, I'm just going to put it in the netherite chest for right now. Or it might go in the museum next to the piglin armor. I don't know. But right now, we still have a couple resources to get, and being that we have all these shiny tools, it's fitting that we go get them. We need tough block, a fair amount of it, so we can get to building. We're just going to snatch up our beacon. We're going to leave the iron here because, well, we might need to use it again later, and I don't want to reset it up. And of course, we're going to go mining at the bottom of our citadel. I built this thing, it seems like so long ago, but it really wasn't. But every time I fly in here, I just feel awesome. Probably hands down my favorite build I've ever done. Now, I know there's been a lot of choring in this episode, but I assure you there's a build coming, and it's a big build. But first, we have to get the resources to do the build. And this little mining session is super quick. We end up getting a good amount of diamonds and plenty of materials. Ironically enough, we get more tough block than we actually need for the build. We did not get enough deep slate, but whatever. Well, we came out with about a box and a half of tough block and almost a stack of diamonds. I think we're ready to get to building something. We needed to warm our brains up anyway, so we decided to do a little quick build before the big build of the episode. Now, we decided we didn't want anything else to be up on this hill, so we just plant a forest up there. But we did want to cap off our hamlet, and we need a place for our weaponsmith and our armorer to work from. So we go with this like a hamlet-style white building with a gray roof. Now, we might add some detail to that gray roof later. I don't know if I like it all being gray, but it is what it is. It'll work for now. And finally, it's time to get to the actual build. Yeah, that only took like 4 years. We have 20 days left before we're at 2,900 days. And, well, I'm not going to do these interiors just yet, but I will be doing these because that's where our weaponsmith and our armor is going to go. As well as I'll be doing the interior for this little stable area right here, like the worker of the stables. But we have another project. Oh yes, this is the actual project of the episode. The zoo, we'll be filling that in as we go over the next episodes, as well as that big blank space we got over here. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to go here yet. I'm thinking a chapel up here to house our clerics, but as far as this area, it's an open field. I can do whatever I want. But one thing's for sure, it's set up and ready to be worked. Now, as far as the actual build, we want to get our prison built and set up for somewhere between 28 to 32 hostile mobs. Now, I say 28 to 32 because there's 4 that are questionable. I'm not really sure if they're actually going to make it into the prison, just because they're problematic. But anyways, we want to know that we want to have a high security wing, and that's going to be for things like Endermen or Evokers, the things that could be very problematic. We're going to have our normal cell wings. We're going to have an outside fenced area for things like Ravagers and Zoglins, so on and so forth. This should be enough real estate. If we need to trim these trees back a little bit, not a big deal. But once we finish off this build here, our entire little sectioned town plus all the surroundings is pretty much done. Like, there's no more room. We'll be forced to move on to other areas, and I'm cool with that. But Also, we already have a couple mobs captured. We did that on stream as well. I just didn't really think it was important to tell you earlier because, well, I'm doing it now. Well, let's get to building. To help our dum-dum brains out, we do set up a plan before we build this monstrosity, because we have no idea what it's even going to look like at this point. Originally, we wanted a bunch of scattered mob housings all around in a multi-level structure. We went against that and decided we want individual cell blocks and some gin pop areas. We got everything pretty much planned out and we're ready to build. This right here, this is our normal cell block for just your normal mobs. Right there, that's going to house a creaking if I can make it work. If not, we'll deal with it later. Right there, ghast. Right there, that's zombie gin pop. That's pillager gin pop. I think that one's magma. This one's slime. That one's guardian. There, over here, this is our high security wing with a wither skeleton, a witch, an enderman, evoker, and a charged creeper. And then, of course, with the high security, this will be the zoglins, a tower right here, and this will be the ravagers. And then we got a piglin gin pop. There's a couple mobs I left off the list. They may be added in later. I don't really know yet. But we do have these two cells here, which we could just delete if we wanted to and turn into something else. Or, if the game adds new mobs, like a significant amount, we could add another little tiny wing right here. But one way or another, let's build this thing. Our hostile mob prison exterior is done. Kinda. Yeah, there'll probably be some adjustments later. What do you guys think, though? The only thing I'm questioning is maybe this roof right here. But then again, I kinda also think it works. I don't know. The interior of said prison is not so done. No. I don't really think I want to do the interior until I add mobs in, because it'll just make more of a pain in the butt to get them in here. But we do have our zombie gin pop. Oh, those guys are just hugging. What's going on, guys? And our very, very uncompleted cell block wing, just for standard mobs. We did get our creeper in here, though. So, yeah, that one's done. That wasn't scary at all. And as far as the piglin general population, we have 3 of those stashed over at the zoo. Shouldn't be that hard to get them over here. Smack one in the face with a snowball and walk this way. Well, regardless of whether it looks cool from up close, aerial view is definitely pretty cool looking. Yeah, I'm not doubting that at all. Hey, there's my bed. I was looking for that. Well, we didn't get to Dave and Little Nug's house in this episode, but oh my gosh, did we check some stuff off the list. As well as open up a whole lot of more real estate for new builds, and opportunities for streams, with hostile mobs and non-hostile mobs that need to be captured. But as far as this one, I'm out of time, my dudes. Yeah, I gotta get to working on the next one right away. As always, thank you all so much for watching. It means so much to me, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you're having an amazing day. And if you're not, I hope this cheered you up. Peace and love, fam. See you in the next one. Well, hello there, my dudes. I go by Hooligan, and welcome back to Chapter 16. And, well, I hope you all noticed that we have some big visual upgrades. Why? Because my computer, it got toasted. Yeah, it was blue screening, so I had to go get a new rig. A very, very big upgrade. And I am very happy with the outcome. And we are officially in 1.21.7, which means we can go get ourselves a dried ghast. That's definitely the adventure of the episode, or at least one of them. Also, I don't think I like this fog that got introduced in 1.21.6. Yeah, I actually thought my graphics were broken. No, they just added a bunch of fog. I don't mind it if they gave us the option to turn it off, but they didn't. Anyways, what do we have planned for this episode? Oh, you know I got grand plans. Let's take a peek. You'll also notice up in our coordinates HUD to the top left, we have a day counter now, which I think's pretty cool. And we plan on ending this episode, our 3,000 days, actually at 3,050 days. That gives us just 100 days, a little over, to get a whole bunch of stuff done. Like building our animal friends some habitats. And doing something about our creeper farm. Yeah, it works great, but it's ugly. Oh, yeah, we need to do something. And we will. Building a chapel for our cleric friends for all them redstone needs. We terraformed this hill in the last episode, and I think right there is perfect for our chapel. To figure out a way to get rid of the snow because it just keeps coming back. But we'll figure that out. Hold on, horsey, you're loud. I'm doing something. But yeah, that's what we want to do. A little graveyard on the side, maybe, other cool whatnot. But what else? Maybe we'll add a new hostile mob to our prison. Yeah. And of course, planning our next empires. Now, I've been talking about a Nordic build for a long time, and right here, this is where it's going to happen. Makes total sense. Landscaping's almost set up for it. It almost feels Nordic to begin with. And I want a bridge coming over here to this hill with like a Nordic castle on it. Oh yeah, and the creeper farm will be in view, except way less ugly. Oh yeah. All the ice in the background, oh, that's going to work. That's going to work really nice. But with that being said, we have only a little over 100 days to do all the stuff I just said. So let's get to work. And if we work efficiently and we have extra time, I really need to add some detail to the outside of our citadel. We come here so often that it just kind of needs to be done. First things first, though, we got to get rid of these villager holes. We got 2 clerics here that are already cured, and we got 2 more over by the castle keep that are not cured, and we don't care. But the temporary housings, they got to go. They're in my way, and they're really ugly. So that's first up. The first build of the episode is going to be the cathedral, housing all our cleric-y needs. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to call it a word now. And you guys know how I do. I just start slapping stuff down, and then we adjust and adjust until it works. So admittedly, it's going to look a little funky at first. Now, funny thing about this new update, depending on what biome I'm recording in, it's either super clear or it is foggy as crap. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But it is what it is, whatever. Anyways, we start getting our foundation laid out, and then we come across an opportunity that we just have to take. We have no choice. Yeah. We have ourselves an opportunity. We have a witch right there from a storm that was just happening. That one's pretty rare. We're going to get a boat, and we're going to get that dude captured. Hey, buddy, you want to come throw some potions at me? Come on. Hey, where are you going? Come on. There you go. You stay there. I got a spot for you later. You could stop at the potions, dude. You're not going to hit me. Alright, well, our shape's starting to come together. There's going to be some big changes. I'm going to go grab a little bit more brick, and we're going to finish this thing up. With max render distance, we can see our citadel, our castle keep, our cathedral, our town, and even the prison over there. This is kind of crazy. Anyways, I think it came out pretty cool, especially from just a little slight distance. You know, it looks pretty cool up close too, but from like this angle, it's pretty cool. Now right here, I'm still figuring this out. Why? Because this is a weird little snowy slope, and I'm trying to keep the snow from generating. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep it all out and still have it look okay, but whatever. And as far as the interior, there is none. Yeah, I mean, you guys even surprised by now? No. But there is. We're going to do this, I'm pretty sure, in this episode, because I need my clerics just kind of cleaned up. And it's going to be a grand vaulted roof building. Oh, yeah, I got plans for this. I'm thinking, like, I don't even know yet, but it's going to be pretty cool. And just a little graveyard over here. I don't know. They're graves. I just kind of threw random stuff together. It kind of works to an extent. And as far as the rest of the surroundings, I'm pretty sure all this right here, through back here, is probably just going to be trees. I don't think I want anything to go there. It'd be way too cramped and cluttered. We wasted almost 50 days on this, but before we get our clerics in here and put that dude in the prison over there, I want to get me a dried ghast. I mean, it takes a little bit of time for them to grow up anyway, so they can grow up while I'm doing other stuff. And while we're out and about, I might see if I see any bastions. I need only one thing from the collectibles from a bastion, and that is a pig step disc. If we can get that, cool. If not, I'm not going to try too hard. No, we could always do that adventure on stream. But if I see one... anyways, let's get a little bit of TNT and some extra rockets and go to the Nether for a little bit. Maybe we can make up some of them days we just wasted. We have a stack of TNT, plenty of potions, more potions in here, plenty of rockets, and everything's repaired. Let's go see what we can find. Now, north, east, and south, we have went over 1,000 blocks in the Nether. West, though, only a couple hundred blocks, so that's probably our best bet. We should be good. Let's see what we come up with. A little fortress that I don't need anything from. Okay, Soul Sand Valley. Have I been here? I'm going to want to get into much of this bone meal while I'm here, too. Oh, there is a bastion. Not yet, though. At this point, these should be new chunks. Let's pop a bottle. Maybe it'll help us. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Ugh. Oh, we found it. That's kind of weird. Oh, yes. Can we get a couple of these guys? Oh, and they stack. Nice. Alright, well, 5 dried ghast and almost 5 stacks of bone blocks. Let's go back way that way and see if we can't find that bastion again. It turns out I had to go way farther to get new chunks to generate. Once we found the new chunks, these ghasts were everywhere. Well, this isn't the bastion I was looking for, but it is a bastion. A third bastion with a lot of piggies. Now, I had said that I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to get this pig step disc. Well, I totally lied. I didn't know I was going to do this, actually. See, my ADHD kicked in, and if you don't know much about ADHD, you go from super duper distracted by everything to ultra focused and back and forth. So we say, yes, we're getting this disc at all costs, and we raid a whole lot of bastions. I believe 4. So I'm just going to play a little bit of fight music, and let's raid these things. Oh, we finally got it. I feel like I'm pressing my luck in here. However, I did see 2 more chests over there. Well, I'll risk it. Let's see if there's anything in them. This does not feel safe. Nope, that, I felt like I was about to fall into a death trap there. We got what we came for. Let's go home. Another dried ghast, though. These must be new chunks. Ooh, and we got the new Tears music disc. Sweet. Well, that was pretty successful, but I'm ready to go home and see what we actually ended up with. That is not too bad. 2 ancient debris, a lodestone, pig step, tears, never heard this one before, an upgrade template, 2 of the snout armor trims, some gold, 8 dried ghasts. Oh, this was good. Honestly, all this right here, the bone meal, might be the coolest part of it, as I use a lot of bone meal. And it is nighttime. I should probably go get not blown up. We went into the Nether for 1 dried ghast and came back with 8. I think that means at some point I'm gonna have to build a happy gas sanctuary. Yeah, not right now, but I guarantee that's gonna happen. Well, after that little adventure, our first thing we need to do is get this little gas dude, I don't know, hydrated. I'm thinking I could just put him right here. Oh, that's ironic. I swear on everything, I did not know that was an achievement. Man, I guess now I wait. And as far as this dude here, we have a name tag ready. How am I gonna get him over to the prison though? I'll figure that in a minute. I should probably go get his cell set up first though. Yeah, that's not gonna be annoying at all. Yep, nope, not annoying. So maybe we fly him over here and just heal the whole way. Yep, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's find out. This is really annoying. All right, well, that was really frustrating. And that is why the witch goes in the high security wing. And not because it's going to kill me, because they're annoying and shifty. Now, let's go see how our dried ghast is doing. Still just a dried ghast. I think you can feed it snowballs, and, well, I have snow. I think that was just throwing the snowballs at it. Oh well, we wait. He's smiling. What do I do now? Do I have to do something, or does it do itself? Oh, there he is. Oh, so cute. Can they stay babies? I don't want this dude to grow up. Come here, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh, and they just get so close like they want to snuggle. Good job, Mojang. Good job. We need the best name for this little dude, who I'm assuming is going to be a big dude pretty soon. But also, we only got 52 days left, unless we decide to go over our day limit. And it's still an enormous amount of stuff to do. So, we should probably get back to work. And that's exactly what we do. We got to get this cathedral finished so we can put our villagers in here. Now, as far as a big portion of the top of the cathedral, we're not going to be utilizing, well, most of it, honestly. It's for exterior decoration. We'll be covering most of that up because I don't want to have to blend all that together. And I don't really want it to be that big on the interior anyways. This is perfectly fine the size it is. And of course, we have to add a ton of decoration in here. And I think it came out pretty neat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. No complaints. We have our completed cathedral, and, well, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm really happy with it. Now we just need to get the villagers in each one of these confessionals. Yeah. And our happy ghast friend is all grown up. So here's what I'm wondering. If we get this guy a harness, and then use a lead to tie the boats to the villagers we want to bring over here, can I just fly them over? All right, well, we got a harness. All right, my happy friend. Exactly how do you work? Okay, and if I take the lead off? Hey, don't fly away, dude. This is interesting. Okay, so not the easiest to control. It definitely does not replace an elytra. It might be quicker just to use the elytra. Come here, buddy. I thought these guys are supposed to stay close to me. Well, it works. It's just really slow. We're getting there. Yep, okay, it worked. Very weirdly. I gotta figure out if I can figure out a way to make this guy stay stationary. For right now, you hang out here, buddy. Alright, buddy, you're gonna cooperate, right? Your turn. That went pretty smooth, and now we come in right through here, and we got ourselves endless redstone. And we need to put the other two villagers over here. These guys are cured, these guys won't be. And as fun as this little dude here is, I'm just gonna fly him with the elytra. Alright dudes, let's go to your new forever home. And the distance view of the cathedral is looking pretty sweet. Alright, well, they're boxed in. Hopefully they go where I want them to. Otherwise, this is going to be a pain. I should probably get some boats ready. You guys ready? Oh, that was smooth. And our cathedral is complete. We'll probably plant some trees and maybe a big water feature around here just to fill in the area a little bit later. But I want to move on. But since we already have that set up, we might as well bring our pandas over to the zoo, because we got a zoo to work on. I'm thinking this should get us there. You guys excited? I'm gonna build you a really cool big habitat right here. You can roll around all day, take naps, whatever you want to do. Plenty of cake. Yeah, it sounds fun. Well, that sun is setting, which means we have less than 40 days now to make something of this episode. I don't know what we're gonna get done, but we're gonna get as much as possible. So let's get back to work. We finally get to put some habitats into our zoo, and we're going to be kind of sectioning these off. Now, these first ones we're going to be doing is going to be all the cold biomes, and we're going to be utilizing a lot of stone. Now, when we get over to the warm biomes, we're probably going to be using a lot more like mud and jungle, so on and so forth, and we'll section those off as we go. We'll figure it out. And, well, these polar bears, when I release them, they really want to eat those foxes over there, so they were kind of a pain in the butt to get in their exhibit. But once they got in there, they were pretty happy. All right, that's one exhibit down. And we'll adjust this right here after we put the rest of the exhibits in and start building the walls. Because we're going to have to tie everything together at some point. Right now, we're just building exhibits. Which one is next? I guess the goat exhibit would be up next. It's kind of a pain in the butt one because I gotta prevent them from jumping. They can jump like 8 blocks. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. As far as the zoo for this episode, these are all the habitats we're going to do. Yeah, we're running out of time, but we got a significant portion of this done. And well, they're all kind of a work in progress. Like as far as like blending this right here and this right here together, we'll deal with that later. We're just trying to get all our habitats in. And oh, that guy is playful. I love him so much. This one right here, it is done though. We're not touching this at all. And once the rest of these center buildings are in, it is all going to work. Just got to trust me. It'll all like just blend together. But there's something important we have to do right now. And that is we need ourselves a baby panda. What are we going to get? Oh, we got the brown panda. Oh, that makes me very happy. Very happy. Well, that brown panda made me very, very happy, but we have some other things to do with our last 5 days. Like finishing our landscaping around our cathedral. That should actually be pretty quick. There's going to be a lot of trees, a little water feature. Well, we'll see what we come up with. We also need to bring this road here, over to there, and through there, and a bridge across there. Just a really, really simple bridge. Yeah. And since we got our pig step disc, that means we can add another exhibit to the museum. We'll do that in a minute, though. All right, well, let's finish off this grind strong. The last bit of terraforming we need to do for this episode is just around the cathedral. As much as I love plains, they're just too plain. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have some open areas, but around the structures, I don't want a big open area. So we filled up with a bunch of trees, and then we decide that we want to put a little water feature here. Now, we kind of always knew we wanted one here, but didn't know how big we wanted it to be. And, well, it comes out pretty cool, and it really frames the area in, and it really gives everything a focal point. And, well, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll add some more stuff to it later, but for now, it's good. We are very, very happy with this outcome. Still gotta figure out what I'm putting over here, though. Yeah, that's for another time. We have one more thing to do before we call this an episode. We need to trade ink to these guys for their emeralds. And then we could use those emeralds to buy all this armor. What's up, Dave? Your house is coming soon. And as far as these armor trim colors, I really would like to use netherite, but, well, I don't have any right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use gold for the trim, and I'll upgrade it to netherite later, and make it look like a piglin brute. And as far as the banner, we'll go with a black background, and a yellow snout. Let's go find a good spot for these. The factory in the museum. Probably my favorite spot in my whole world right now. And I think our best bet room-wise is probably going to be right here. And our pattern can go right here. And our disc can go right here. And here in our future music room, we'll put our dried ghast right here. And music disc right above it. Yeah, that'll work. Not too many more exhibits we need in here. With us sitting at 3,051 days, our zoo is started. Our prison mob collection is coming along. And we have our wonderful new cathedral and a happy ghast. All in all, this has been a fun episode, but this is pretty much where we got to call it. We got to get ready for the next 1,000 days. The only thing we really didn't get to is transforming the creeper farm, but we can always do that as an intro. And as far as this bridge and over here, well, you know that's coming soon. Yeah, really soon. Until then, though, I appreciate you all checking out this lovely world of mine. At least I think it's lovely. I definitely enjoy playing it. And I hope you have the most beautiful day. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, this one's over. Go outside, get some sunshine. Later, dudes.